You know, I got a little extra hope today this Sunday. There's just, in spite of the worldwide pandemic, there's a couple of things to get excited about as the off-season revenge tour, or should I say, legendary revenge tour continues. Or should I say, just getting started, isn't it? Oh, God. Headlines are, the 49ers have until tomorrow, Monday morning, 8:59 a.m. to either franchise tag Arik Armstead, come to some kind of agreement, or risk letting him walk for not a damn thing. Oh, no! I don't believe it. Ain't no way they're going to let that happen. Do something, Niners. All right? I mean, we'll get into it in a minute. But anyway, Well, I tell you what, all them Tom Brady fans, I see y'all, man. Y'all don't know, man. That's what I love. Tom Brady was indeed, and I said, nah, Tom, would he really come and do his little bro? Yes, he would. He was hoping to push Jimmy G out of San Francisco, and that according to Coach Shanahan's bro, Chris Sims. I gotta believe it. I watched Sims' face while he was talking. He wasn't playing. He was serious. Everything he was saying, he really believed it, and he must have got it from somewhere. I got a feeling it might have been from Kyle. All right? Because Kyle and John probably said, look, man, we already told everybody once that Jimmy G's our guy. We're not going to run out there every few minutes and say the rumors are just what they appear to be. I mean, so they did. So what does Shanahan do? Tells Chris Sims, tell everybody to cut it out. And so, as I say, the 49ers said, no, to Mrs. Brady's baby boy. But boy, we're okay. We got Jimmy. Enough said on the matter. But you know what I'm looking forward to next year? I got a feeling he's going back to the Patriots anyway. But I would love to see Tom on another team. See, people don't understand. Tom Brady's a GOAT for a number of reasons, and it may not, what am I saying? I'm even saying it. Tom Brady is one of the greatest of his generation for a reason, right? Here's the reason why. He's been with his Uncle Bill and everybody else over there in New England for how many years? Right? They built that team around him. He's in the weakest division in football of all time. Granted, he did win Super Bowls against good teams. But the fact of the matter is, what would Tom look like outside of his comfort zone, which is in New England? I am curious about that. I just want to see the experiment take place in San Francisco. I got a feeling about that. But I'm delighted. Jimmy G, he's being worked, he's being honed, he's being groomed like you got to be with Shanahan's system. Nobody comes in and just masters Shanahan's system. Nobody, including Tom. So that's what I'm saying. We'd have to go through a year with Tom. He's 43. We got it by the time he gets set up to speed. He's 44. Forget that. No. Anyway, hey, real quick. CBA agreement goodies, salary cap increase. Now, that's the number one thing for us. This year's salary cap is expected to rise to $198.2 million per club, and that's an increase of $10 million over 2019. Teams will be allowed to work with a little more cash as free agency is set to begin this Wednesday, March 18th, 1 p.m. PT. See, that involves... Well, we'll see what the 49ers do, because that adds more money to what they already had and what they were already anticipating having. Jacob McKinnon's probably sitting at home, uh-oh. They're going to use me to save some more money, aren't they? As of Sunday, teams are still expected to begin negotiations with the representatives of players who will become unrestricted free agents upon the expiration of the 2019 player contract at 1 p.m. PT, Monday, tomorrow, March 16th, and can reach agreements at the start of the league year on Wednesday. That involves AA, J-Dub, and E-Man. Expanded playoff structure. Previously 12 teams, 6 from each conference. Advanced NFL's playoff structure that included 4 first-round byes and 8 teams in the wild card matchups. That number has been increased to 14 teams qualifying for the preseason, as each conference will have 7 playoff teams under the new CBA. Only the number 1 seed, and each conference would receive a bye for the wild card round. I'm not going over all of them. I just wanted to mention this one. Why? To put that into 49ers context, in 2019, the Niners, who were the top seed in the NFC, and the number 2 seeded Green Bay Packers, both received first-round byes heading to the postseason. So what is the point? I mean, they're getting the same privileges as we do. Let the Green Bay Packers go get beat up by somebody else. They weren't better than us. We beat them. Let them suffer some pain. See? That's fair. If you're the best, if you're the top dog, be treated like the top dog. All right? If this was the case under the new CBA, only the 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens, first in the AFC, would have received the first-round bye, and the Los Angeles Rams and Pittsburgh Steelers would have been the 7th added seeds to beat up on Green Bay. That's what you get. You get beat up. If you can't get to the top, then you don't receive the top treatment. All right? This formula widens the road to the Super Bowl and makes the top seed in each conference more significant in the playoff race. Yeah, we're going to be there next year. I'm going to go along with everybody else who says these things every year. And I always say, I don't know, guys. Maybe we need to calm down. I ain't calming down no more. Also, the 17-game season, that directly should be on our minds under the agreement. Owners now have the option to extend the current NFL season from 16 to 17 games. That's scary. Beginning as early as 2021. The league's window to add the 17th regular season game going forward begins in 2021 and closes in 2023. Opponents have already been set for 2020, which is why this new option will not take place for at least one more season. Good. Let them segue into that slowly, okay? With an odd number of games, the league will have to devise a formula to determine how to delegate which conference and divisions will have 9 games and how to fairly alternate the matchups. Now, here's one thing I do appreciate. I think I got one more. Game day active rosters will now increase from 46 to 48 players, beginning in 2020. Oh, that's now! According to ESPN, one of the extra players must be an offensive lineman. Got no problem with that, which will give teams more flexibility to have 3 extra linemen on game days. Now, that's a good thing. It's worth noting a total of 8 of the 48 players dressed on game days must be a lineman. I hope that includes D linemen, too. Actually, we could have used that a couple of years ago. If a team decides to dress fewer than 8, they may only dress 47 players on a game day. As a result, overall rosters will increase from the widely recognized 53-man roster to 55. Because there's always a couple of players. DeMontre Moore should have been kept last year. We cut him. That was heartbreaking. Who else did we cut that we really wish we could have kept? Tell you what, though, now, let me go over quickly about Mrs. Armstead's talented son. I know people saying, man, we can save that money and get 3 players. All that, you know what bothers me about that? Not a damn one of them will be equal to Armstead. Now, see, this, I don't, as soon as you start reducing your talent due to funding, you start to look like the Jacksonville Jaguars. Remember how tough they were that year? Couldn't do a damn thing with them. Started losing people, now they look like the Jaguars picking number 9 on the draft. And that had something to do with the offense, too, but still, I want this defensive line to stay together as long as possible at the potency. I don't care if Arik Armstead is only good because of Nick and D. I don't care. All I know is what it is. They are that good as they are. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Pay them. Get them back out there. I want complete domination on defense. That's all I care about. I don't give a crap about what happened the year before or the year before. I want that defense. So I'm looking at NFL Network analyst Daniel Jeremiah joined the Murphy Max show on Friday. And he says, as we all know, one reporter stated the 49ers are trying to get a deal done with Armstead. Another option would be using the franchise tag on Arik, who is preparing to enter his 6th NFL season. Jeremiah didn't sound too optimistic about the Niners' chances of retaining Arik. His quote of doom is, he's a really good player who played his best football, as you mentioned, this past year. I give the arrival of Nick Bosa a lot of credit for really lifting the entire group with what he did with his play. As good as Armstead is, I just look at who they're going to have to pay in the future here, and I just don't know if they're going to be able to swing that one. To me, that's one of those ones that it's a tough pill to swallow, but you probably have to end up letting him walk, in my opinion, unquote. Woo! Because, you see, man, I tell you, You can't cut. We don't have a lot of fat to cut. This team is there's such a machine that works together well. If you cut fat, no matter where you cut it, it's not fat. You're going to have an effect on the team. Maybe they're just as good, or who knows, it could be a surprise and it could be better. Should you do anything like remove and substitute? I just don't want to test it. So it's not looking good, fam. Their options are being made available all over the place already. I just looked at this one here. If the 49ers are unable to work out a multi-year extension with Armstead, the decision will belong to the Niners. Niners could place a franchise tag on Armstead while continuing to try to work out a long-term deal. That's probably what they're going to end up doing. Then the 49ers must decide whether to devote approximately $19 million to cap space for Armstead for one season or attempt to work out a deal. Now, you and I both know they're not going to do that $19 million, right? So they franchise tag Arik tomorrow because I'm pretty sure they're not going to get a deal done between now and overnight tomorrow before 9 o'clock in the morning. You know that's not going to happen. So they're going to go ahead and tag him and continue to try to work out a deal in the upcoming weeks. Now, if they can't work out a deal, the Niners will trade him. I'm pretty sure they will, because that means they've exhausted all their options, but they can't pay that. The Niners should have a good idea of what will happen with Armstead and their top defensive free agent Jimmy Ward and act accordingly on that as well during the open negotiating period leading to the start of the new league year. By the way, anybody that thought Devin McCourty was going to be somebody to go after, forget about it. Patriots, like they did last year, they went and signed. Remember they signed that kicker last year? We said, all right, Robbie, man, you don't want to be a 49er? Get your butt on out of here then. Hey, what is that New England kicker, man? Let's get it. Boy, Bill Belichick, Niners in the neighborhood. Get him in here. Get him in here quick. We got to sign him. Because you know that I was going to pick him up, don't you? Oh, I bet they were going to do it. Anyway, meanwhile, McCourty has to say is not available. So names considered for an Armstead stand-in, Quentin Jefferson, defensive end from the Hawks. Jefferson could be a less pricey replacement for Arik Armstead, whom is expected to command the most money of any of the 49ers free agents. Potentially for less than half the cost. Jefferson could play defensive end on base downs and move inside to rush the passer. These are all Band-Aids. He's only 26, though, and was the Seahawks' second-best defensive lineman last year. Their second-best defensive lineman. Maybe that's all we need. Problem is, Arik Armstead was probably, and nobody wants to admit it, because Nick was number one, but Arik was definitely a close number two. And DeForest Buckner, his role is so that you have to consider DeForest Buckner that we didn't have a second. And all of them were almost equal, with one playing each one of them play a separate role that makes the whole thing an unstoppable, omnipotent machine, right? This guy's 2019 production was valued at $6.36 million by overthecap.com. The 49ers would not extend too far to get him. But Jefferson could help minimize the loss of Arik Armstead if the sides are unable to work out a multi-year deal. Another defensive lineman he considers Jack Crawford from the Atlanta Falcons. He is 31 and scheduled for unrestricted 1 year removed from his best NFL season. Can you imagine at 31 he's having his best season? It happens, though. In 2018, he started 11 games and registered 6 sacks. He's 6'5", 274 pounds. Seems a little light for me. I guess he could play the edge. Crawford can be a solid rotational player on the 49ers defensive line. Here's where he could be a value even if we do sign Armstead. He could split time at defensive end in the base situations to help keep D Ford fresh for nickel situations. D Ford is like anything you can do to keep him fresh, right? I'm starting to look back on the signing. He is magnificent when he's feeling okay, but how long is he going to feel okay? Crawford can also mix in the lineup to rush the passer from the interior. If the cost is in the $2 million range, Crawford would be a solid pickup. Anything beyond that, we ain't got no money, okay? Brandon Mebane, famous Brandon Mebane of the Hawks. He's a free agent. He's 35. He might not have much time remaining in his career, but he is familiar with the defense and might want to come to the 49ers for a final chance at another Super Bowl. Mebane could have a role in the defense as a rotational player behind DJ Jones. DJ, man, we can say, DJ! Man, you got to have a whole season this year, man. You proved to everybody you are the real deal. We need you for the whole set schedule. into the playoffs, please, DJ. The Los Angeles Chargers released him, so he would not count against the 49ers in the compensatory formula, which is a bonus. As for shopping for J-Dub and boosting the secondary, Kevin Johnson from Buffalo, cornerback, he signed a one-year contract with Buffalo a year ago to prove, like J-Dub has been doing for years, to prove he could remain healthy. He did. He appeared in all 16 games and started in the playoffs. Johnson would not come in as a starter, but he can compete with Emmanuel Mosley and Akello Spoon. Don't say that. I know what you're saying, too. What do you mean compete with Keller Witherspoon? He becomes a number 2 man. Keller becomes a dude that comes in case we lose anybody. Spoon's going to fool us all this year. I got a feeling. I got to say that because I backed him last year. Come on, Spoon. Anyway, Jason Verrett was scheduled to a year ago. Jason Verrett's probably done. Johnson, man, I don't know about him. It was additional value on special teams, which makes him even more valuable because if he does not start, he can still make a contribution on game days. I'm talking about Kevin Johnson, of course. And then there's Will Parks, the safety out of Denver. If Ward does not return to the team this offseason, and there's still a decent chance he does, the 49ers would likely turn to 2-year veteran Tavares Moore to take over full-time at free safety anyway. We all know that. But if the 49ers decide to look outside for a starter, Parks is someone at the right price could come in and compete with TM or T-Moore. However, there are early reports that Park will attract a lot of attention on the open market. If Parks is a hot commodity, the 49ers will be getting into bidding wars for him. So you go right on, Mr. Parks. Adrian Phillips of Los Angeles Rams. Adrian Phillips is this is Los Angeles. Oh, Chargers. I'm sorry. Is another potentially cost-effective option. But these are the things we're talking about. We're going to be shopping in the bargain basement or accepting almost generic players, the brand B. I want Eric. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel about it. Anytime a dude gets double-digit sacks from me, I can't frown upon that. All them excuses. He only got that because I don't care. All I know is he's able to do it. Let me see him do it again. So, these are what we're up against tomorrow. Because anything else we get in there ain't going to be the same. But too much speculation. You speculate, all right? I said, hey, John Versi, jumping around. Thanks, John, for the contribution, fam. Ed Nesbitt says, I feel good about Armstead staying. We need our core guys again. It's our trophy this year. Everybody else better get out of the way. Oh, I agree with that. Matt S. out in Bend, Oregon, Matt. Good to see you, fam. Love it when you check in. 4-9 for life, red gold. What's up? It's getting close to see what's going to be surprised this offseason. I know. Next 3 days. What? Jose Escobar says we need an upgrade at guard from Mike Persons. We're gonna get one, even if it's nobody but Brunskill. Mike Persons is done starting. Kyle had enough of that. The Chiefs are rolling coming through there like it wasn't nobody's business. Person was kind of hurt all last year too. Remember he had a bad neck. Well, Kyle, it's a Super Bowl. Don't start him. Okay, too late. Anyway, but honestly, if Jimmy G doesn't improve this coming season, Mullins will have to be the next man up. Jose, people are going to leave Jimmy alone. Mullins is not better than Jimmy G, okay? Nobody can pass, also, people need to give Jimmy G a break. The game plan calls for a certain thing. So don't blame G because Kyle doesn't want to throw the ball. You blame Mostert, you blame TC for doing such a damn good job. What I'm going to throw the ball for if those guys are kicking ass? It doesn't make any sense. Just throw the ball to be throwing the ball? And as I said, it takes 2 seasons to get Kyle Shanahan's offensive down. When you see mistakes, it's not entirely because of what you think it is. We'll see. Empire Strikes Back. Hey, my love and thanks for all the great work. Thanks. Thanks, Phil. Mr. Block Guys 22 says, whatever we have to do is to get our Road to the Revenge tour going. We have to do what we have to do. I want Eric to stay, but, hey, it's about the damn 6 bottom line. He owes us TBA, to be honest. Eric, he might. I think Eric really wants to play, so he's going to tell his agent, don't go in there and go crazy, man. I don't need $40, $50 million a day, okay? Just let you know. Because your commission, I'll fire your ass. If I'm Eric, that's what I tell him. I like you, man, but you don't have me playing in Cleveland. It's a kid 916. Hey, and the Niner Empire. What's good, fam? Oh God. Anyway, I'm not sure what's going on here. Anyway, fam, let's get you on the phone and see what's on your mind. CBA comments. If you see anything you didn't like or appreciate, you can sound off about that. And don't piss Dre off by talking about Tom Brady too much and anything else you want to talk about. But otherwise, it's 49ers time. Get rolling, Phil, the man with the
Hey, Ronbo.
for chill. Phil, give me some insights, man. What do you think about everything?
I'm a little worried because, you think if they were going to franchise tag Arik because they're close to, getting a contract done, they would have done it tonight.
Ooh.
You
Why wait till tomorrow, right? Phil, you can actually see Arik walking?
Yes.
Oh! But he's a first-round draft pick. We couldn't get anything for him?
Well, if you're going to tag him and then
why wait till
him,
tomorrow at 9? Yeah.
The deal worked out.
They could be playing poker, though. They're seeing which one's going to flinch first.
Huh?
They could be playing poker with the agent,
What was that?
seeing who's going to flinch first. And so wait all the way till tomorrow.
If you tag him, you're stuck with the contract if nobody wants to trade for him.
And that's running a risk. That's true.
So I don't know. And if you let him go, you're going to get a third-round compensatory pick next year. But,
Anyway.
That's as good as you would get.
Man.
And I'm worried about losing all three of our free agents.
I've already made up my mind on Sanders. He is gone.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't.
But
J-Dub.
Wow. You look at McCourty going for $23 million 2 years.
Ooh.
That means J-Dub's
is going to be asking for somewhere near that.
Around 7 or 8.
And McCourty's how old?
Because he's not nearly McCourty's level. McCourty was a Pro Bowler.
But McCourty's 30 what? 33, 34, 30 something crazy?
31, I think.
Is that all?
31.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they signed him for 2 years.
Yeah, that's Belichick.
They gave him 16 or 17 mil guaranteed.
Doesn't sound like
but
Belichick.
But even then, that means Ward's contract's not going to be in the 10 figure. It's going to be more like the 8 figure.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
Yeah. Which is what he got last year, didn't it? I think that's what he got last year.
No, right? He got about 5.
Oh, he got
about
5 last year.
Right. Yeah. But, I just think that I don't want all three to walk. I mean, that
that will have an impact.
Armstead was our number 1 defensive player statistically in Pro Football Focus.
So I keep trying to tell people, man, we could do without Armstead. Oh, yeah? Oh, you think so? Okay, wait till he leaves. You won't be saying that.
J-Dub was our 5th best player on defense. So, God, if we lose our 1st and our 5th best players on defense...
No, that's going to have an effect.
And we don't replace
It's definitely going to have an effect.
And I tell you what, if Armstead walks, Solomon T's our guy. I don't want to hear any bitching because you better cheer him on to have a good year because he's what we got. So I'm just saying. So I'd rather looking at the salary cap, you could give him a big signing bonus up front. Spread over the length of the contract, and then have the base salary spread, go higher later on.
What about Derek?
When the cap, because I'm hearing the cap's going to go up to like 230 next year.
Really? I just read it. It only said 190 something.
No, 198 this year.
Oh, well, yeah, the rollover for next year.
After.
Yeah, that's why they're not worried about That's why they're not worried about Buckner and Kittle. They got money for them.
Yeah, they're going to have like $70 to $80 million in cap space the year after. But they could work something out. I just hate seeing losing Armstead and breaking up that core defensive line.
You know how I feel about that.
They're the reason we were at the Super Bowl.
Thank you. And
yeah.
Armstead played a role in that. You can't just
Big
throw
role.
somebody in there. It's not gonna work.
Plus, Armstead was our best run defender on the line. You got to think about that too.
Can you imagine teams are running on us again like they used to? No.
Well, that's what we face. I'm starting to get concerned that nothing happened, early. So,
come on, Parag. What are you? He'll get it. Phil, I got faith in him. He's gonna get it.
I didn't give you the chill pill this time, Ronbo.
I know. You gave it
all worked out.
You made it worse, Phil.
I know.
Oh, God.
I mean, we'll see at 9:00 tomorrow. I'm going to be watching.
Everybody's gonna be sitting there waiting. Tick, tick, tick,
yep.
ding.
So
nothing.
Got to be done by 9.
Better be done by 6 o'clock in the morning.
Huh?
It better be done by 6 a.m. I don't want to wait, Phil. I can't stand it. Can't stand it, man. Stop this. Come on now. This is Super Bowl line.
And I'm glad the Tom Brady stuff is over. Done.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I knew that was.
Anyway, Phil, I'll see you tomorrow as we'll be gathering for tomorrow's either funeral or something. I mean, God, this is really okay. Phil, I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And hopefully you'll have that.
I just don't understand why they're not doing some cuts to create cap space if that was the case, because
they must be needy.
You lose Armstead and keep McKinnon. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay.
Phil, those are kinds of things I think we should be doing.
Well, yeah, you're right. Phil, we really got to go. It's going to be a long night. I'll see you tomorrow, though. All right?
Okay. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Phil.
Bye.
Night. Oh, God. And Phil, his role used to be come in and bring the Phil chill pill. Hey, I know James behind Phil. James, bring some smile to this situation.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Phil pretty much touched on a lot of things that's so true. And I'm thinking that same way because here we are, it's 10:05 on the East Coast and 7:05 out there where you guys are at. And should be hearing something right now, but I think realistically though, I think Bill said a lot when he said about how they could do it with a signing bonus, and I think it may even work to an advantage for them to try to offer him a 2-year deal at max money what a defensive end would get, and then set it up with incentives for them 2 years, and then they could kind of, they could guarantee him and let him know that, hey, we're going to have more money in the cap next year. You guys went to the Super Bowl, and, it would basically be like the same kind of deal he could get with a 5-year deal somewhere.
But just didn't finish writing.
Right. They give him a 2-year deal at whatever the league max would be for a premier defensive end, which is about $18 million a year, something like that, $19 million a year. So you give him a 2-year deal, hopefully for like maybe 35, and tell him that, would include the incentives in it with a signing bonus, and it still might come up over more than he would make if he had a 5-year deal with somebody. And so, I'm quite sure they're working on it, but I tell you one thing, I can imagine the asking price that somebody like Emmanuel Sanders' agents has asked for, but guess what? This is the first time in NFL history that 27 receivers have got a first-round grade. So he's really in trouble with
Is it that many? Hey, I'm not.
Yeah.
His value's been driven down.
With a first-round grade in this year's draft. So he could ask for that money, but when he has, his agents have probably communicated with him and told him, hey, bro, look here, man, do you know that there's 27 receivers with first round grades? No, that's not possible. Yes, it is possible. You need to check the list of the draftees for the 2020 draft. So with that being said, I mean, why pay him
All that
$18
money he's
a
talking
year?
about. At 30 what?
Let me tell you something.
Mm.
At 30-something years old, that's why, believe it or not, the Cowboys ain't even communicating with Amari Cooper right now. They talking Dak.
Mm.
And what you going to do with Dak without a number one receiver for him to throw the ball to?
Mm.
Because they know, all of them know, that, hey, this year's draft, it's loaded with receivers that if you took a guy and he's good enough to play at a high level, you don't have to worry about paying him for 4 years, man.
I tell you what, James,
So,
if I'm the Cowboys, they didn't, what are they, 500 club or something like that? The Cowboys could trade up and get one of these quarterbacks as well. Jerry Jones,
well, that's a
I can see that.
That's a
So, yeah.
possibility too, because, and nothing for nothing, I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think the most intriguing young quarterback out there to me right now that are on a lot of teams' radar probably is Teddy Bridgewater, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this kid is a little gunslinger. He's athletic, and he's got a deep ball. And you know, I mean, he had some injuries with the Vikings, and the Vikings just lost all trust in him. And I think, you know, it's this year, I believe with us, I got a good feeling that out of the 3 free agents, I believe we get Arik Armstead signed, and them other 2, they welcome to ride out in the same car together. I mean, I understand the experience with Emmanuel Sanders, but he's not going to play for no cheap price. I'm telling you. If he were a player that were willing to do a bargaining deal, why do you think Denver required so much draft capital for him? Because they knew what they had paid him. Yeah. They paid him that money after Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl. He came over the first year before they went to the Super Bowl. He came over from the Steelers, and then they turned around. He played out his contract, and they extended him. And then they didn't want to pay the money for the final year of the deal, so we traded for him.
Yeah, but you know what? Just to cut to the chase, ain't no need of paying him that money with 27 first-round talents available. Emmanuel Sanders,
if you go and look at the 2020 draft, Mel Kiper will have the grades of all the receivers. There's 27 of them that have first-round grades this year that are coming out in the draft. Now, I'm not going to say that all of them are going to get picked in the first round, but they got first-round grades on them. So a lot of people.
James, the point is, ain't gonna be no first 27 picks gonna be wide receivers. That many wide receiver talents.
We know that.
It's gonna be go into the third round, possibly fourth round. You can still get a top kid out of the draft. So that's why Emmanuel Sanders needs to come down to $7.99.
You could get. The thing is, it's gonna be a whole lot of receivers that are gonna be getting picked in the 4th and 5th round that have first round grades.
Exactly what I said.
Know? And
James, we got to move. We got to go though, James.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what. Tomorrow is gonna be very serious as far as what's gonna happen to the 49ers next. So I'll look for you then. Okay. Oh, man.
All right, man. Have a good evening. Be blessed. Thank you for what you do for us, and honor empire and honor for life. Have a good night.
Yeah. Thanks, James. Yeah, boy. I didn't know about that. That's lightning. 27 guys rank as being first-round potential picks. Does that mean you can get you a first-round wide receiver in the 3rd and 4th round, possibly? Easily, actually. Ain't nobody, first 27 picks ain't going to be in the second round. What, everybody's going to go for wide receiver? Probably not. Hey, Dre, I know you got some things to say on everything going on in the CBA, the Arik Armstead situation. I know you ain't got nothing to say about
Ronbo,
TB12.
Hey, Ronbo, come back to me, bro.
I can. All right. Yeah.
All
right. Hey, man. Stevie, I'm glad Stevie, come on in, man.
Ronbo.
Stevie, man of your football intelligence, boy, I know you got some things to say about everything, man. Start wherever you want to, Stevie. I'm listening, man. I want to hear this.
Well, I mean, with the Armstead situation, they said we're making good progress on doing a long multi-year deal. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna get done soon. They
Did I
got
hear you
to
say,
tomorrow. But is it?
offense?
I'm sorry. What you say, Rumble? I couldn't
Did
hear
I
you.
hear you say offense?
No. I said they're working on a multi-year deal with Armstead.
Oh, Armstead. Oh, okay. All right. Give me more. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what they're talking about right now. So I mean, they can get the deal done. But that trade you were talking about with him is say if they tag him and try to trade him, just in case they find somebody else they can get with similar production for cheap. I'll do that Odell trade. That's the only one that somewhat makes sense. Or excuse me, we could trade it to the Jaguars since the Jaguars just gave away Calais Campbell for a fifth.
What?
So I'm pretty sure we could.
Whoa.
Calais Campbell.
Calais has been given away for a fifth round. Damn, the Jags just went into full rebuild mode.
Yeah, he went to the Ravens for a fifth round pick.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So they giving away players right now. I'm assuming it's just they're giving away everybody. So, so I mean, you give him a guy like Armstead. I mean, I'm not saying that I want to do it because Armstead is a good part of our defense, but say get trade value for him. That's the team that we can look at. I think.
Who are you going to get back from the Jags?
They're picking ninth in the first round. Well, we got to get a second round. We're not getting the first round.
Okay.
But we'll get a high second round from him. Probably more. Probably more just because we can push the price up. Like he's 26, he's young, he was productive this year, so we could probably push it for.
Give me a second and a fourth, right? Yeah.
Right. Second, fourth, second, fifth. Maybe if that's the case, and I'll trade him away, and then we can do whatever with that. Because there's guys in the draft that we could get at the same time, like the dude out of Florida, Gennard. Like he's good too. He's a defensive end, but. I mean, this whole situation, I think we're going to be fine. Because anytime we don't hear really too much news about us, we always come out with something good.
Yeah.
They're doing something. So, John Lynch is not going to let us know what's really going on until it actually happens. So they might have some things in the works. Like, I knew we were trying to get Odell last year, and we was almost there. But now they had D Ford in the works, and we didn't even know about it. So they have a backup plan for everything. They're doing everything strategically. So
they're just smart.
I'm pretty sure. So they say, Parag is taking care of everything.
Man's
John Lynch might have, so he might have the popularity, but Parag, he's making the deals. He's the main tower. He's making the contracts go. So, Rumble, we're going to be fine. If we get Armstead back, our defense still going to be fine. We only have two holes mainly that we need to fill because Brunskill is a good guard.
Yeah.
And he's for cheap right now. Very good. Like, he should have been playing in that Super Bowl if the way Mike Person was getting bullied all game.
Person just got his butt handed to him all game long, and everybody wants to blame G. You stand back there and watch Persons let everybody treat it like a turnstile.
Person was getting hit. And you got to understand that is Chris Jones. Chris Jones is not just as good or better than Buckner. He's right in that category. He's in that top 5 category.
I know. I see.
So that's like putting Mike Person on Buckner. Like that's how other teams felt with our defense this year.
Ain't gonna happen.
You have to put exactly. So we're going to be fine at the O line because we still got I think Chris Coleman something like that.
Sean
that we got
Coleman.
From the Browns in the trade. Sean Coleman. There you go. Sean Coleman, who was supposed to be a backup tackle, and he's still good and serviceable as well. So remember, we have good avenues. We're going to be fine. Receiver now. Receiver and corner is my main concern right now. That's about it. And now, if they get those two solidified, we're good.
Stevie, though, and I know the wide receivers coming. If somebody said 49ers select Denzel Mims, every year I lose it in the draft. Boy, you going to see me lose it then, boy. I said Denzel Mims. I got Denzel. I've already got a well-seasoned Debo. I got Kendrick Bourne all of a sudden morphing into something nobody understands. Trent Taylor, if he comes back, I'm a slot is just nasty with talent. And now, what if Jalen Hurts is okay? That's a big what if, but still.
Right. And you can't forget about Richie James. Richie James is being so underutilized.
I know.
He's actually very good.
He ain't
so underutilized. Yeah, no, at all. But Rumble, I mean, what I was about to say, we're trading out the first round. I'm pretty sure we're trading out that first round because we need picks. We don't have enough draft capital. We have to trade back. So I feel like we're gonna do that. You got so many guys in this draft. It doesn't even have to be the Denzel Mims. It could be any other receivers that's going on like that. We don't need the big body. Yeah, we don't need sometimes we don't need the big body if Jalen Hurts coming back.
Oh yeah,
but that's like you said.
And you got as long as you got Kittle. This conversation about we need a big body is silly. The ball's going to Kittle anyway, and he's the biggest body on the air. You know.
But I still feel like we need something. Like while Debo is growing, still still need somebody just to take just to get the coverage on him a little bit more. And that's why I agree with the Odell trade, because you imagine on Rumble, you just get Odell in the offense with Debo and whoever else and Kendrick. So that's 3 receivers. Kittle is going to be open so much, or Odell's going to be open, or Debo's going to be, because you can't double guard both. Like Sanders, when he first got there, they didn't really know too much about Sanders. So, but when he started exploding more, the coverage started rolling over him more. Yeah, then Debo started exploding.
Yeah.
So now you get a star quality like Odell or any other star quality. Maybe I don't feel like a rookie is going to do that out the gate.
Yeah.
But
you're right.
Get a star quality receiver.
And he's a deep threat.
We in there.
I know. Stevie, good stuff. As expected, man. We got to get together. I'm going to start doing one-on-ones in another couple of weeks. So I'll get back to you. All right? All right, Stevie. Appreciate you, fam. Have a good night.
All right. Yep.
There's Stevie. Stevie came in with instead of Phil, it's Stevie with the chill pill. Hey, yo, Dre, are you ready?
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Dre, you tell me. You already know the CBA is giving us more money, and I know you don't want to talk about a certain TB12. We can pass that. And also, Arik Armstead, according to what Stevie just said, I bet he's right. The 49ers are being quiet. It ain't for no reason. Arik is going to be a 49er next year. But what do you think?
Man, I don't know, Ronbo. I don't know what's going on. I was kind of, to be disappointed. To be honest, I was kind of disappointed. As soon as, the CBA was signed, I expected to hear something right away.
Making us wait.
I was kind of pissed off. So I don't know what's going on in the front office. What the hell they doing, but I do know the Ravens got Calais Campbell for a 5th-round pick.
That's shocking.
And so hey, Prague, what were you doing? You know what I mean? I'm not really too concerned about the Tom Brady stuff. The Tom Brady stuff, I'm not concerned about that. I told you guys.
Wait, Drake, pump the brake a second. I just realized what you said. Calais.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Calais now?
He's probably about 34, 35, but he would have been a damn good replacement.
Left, didn't he? You know what?
Yeah. He would have been a damn good replacement.
Now, I'll take it for Eric.
And we got plenty of 5th-round picks, so I think we have 3 of them.
Oh, they can take both of them. You're right.
Yeah, so,
they may have been in there and they just got beat out.
Yeah, man, it really pissed me off. I
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they
just found out
freed up the cap space. They freed up a lot of cap space over with the Jaguars with Calais Campbell. They could have took an Armstead and signed him to a long-term contract if that's the route that we're going to go.
But how much would we have to pay Calais, Dre? That's the thing. How much Calais would he call for?
I think he got like $27 million. You know what I mean? So, he's getting paid some pretty nice bucks. So, it's not a savings, but we need somebody that's, that will be adequate a replacement. And
Calais never gets hurt.
Yeah, man. So it kind of really pissed me off that I didn't hear nothing.
Well,
hopefully things will get better by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's what I say. Wait, see before you get mad, because it might be it may all make sense tomorrow. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we see something happen tomorrow. We see some type of movement. At least see some restructures. Trade. Some guys cut. What really is going on? Like I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So I'm really not too much of a happy camper. I feel like
it's depressing. It's anxiety, Dre. You're not gonna. We're not gonna sleep well tonight. It's gonna take too long to wake up.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sitting there
So,
watching your
yeah,
phone while you sleep.
you know, the only good thing about today is the whole Brady narrative that shit can be put to the
Yeah.
wayside.
Bam.
All you dumbass idiots out there who was
Bam.
talking that Brady shit, you know what I'm saying? How you look
Bam.
right now, you look real stupid. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But yeah, man, I really don't got much to say today. You know what I'm saying? It was a stressful day today, but let's talk some 49er football. There's probably a lot of guys out there who got a lot of better and positive things to say to me right now. So,
Jay
I'm
will
gonna
get
cut
better,
my
man.
time. I'm gonna cut my
Yeah.
time short.
All right.
Yeah, man,
It'll
I'm
be all
cutting
right.
my time short, man.
And tomorrow you're gonna
Yeah,
be
man. Shout
smiling
out to the
like
TNT
crazy. I can
fam.
tell you right now. All right. All
Yeah,
right, Dre.
shout out to the TNT fam. Y'all know who y'all are, man. I love y'all, man. I'm gone.
All right, fam. Good night.
All right.
Oh, there's he's not in a good mood about this, is he, man? I'm telling you right now. Ooh, man, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. We're not gonna continue to be a contending team. You know, we just got to get through this. Got to get through this. Hey, Dion. Let's see what Dion's insights are on today's pending drama. D,
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Dion. I'm telling you, man. I knew everything was gonna hang in the balance. I just was hoping it wouldn't be everything on a Sunday night. Come on, for Niners. Why run us down to the last hours? I'm going to get up early in the morning to fix this. But D, these Band-Aid players are talking about already looking at. The CBA's giving us extra money. Arik Armstead, there's silence in Santa Clara. We don't really know what's going on other than what Kyle Shanahan found out from his boy Chris Sims. Ain't gonna be no Tom Brady. Brady wanted to come to San Francisco, but the 49ers said, no, we ain't playing. We mean it. Jimmy G's our guy. I was so delighted. But D, what's your thinking on everything?
Basically, I'm glad the new CBA got signed. The reason for me is just the fact that, it gives us a chance to be able to know that we have, more football coming and we don't have to worry about anything. The biggest issue that we're going to face on that is, what I'm saying, you're still going to have some people that's going to be griping and complaining.
Yeah,
you're going to have your
do this.
and you'll have a couple of people that will still be upset, regardless of how things are working out.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, those newer players basically were like, yo, man, we broke. And then, I saw about Calais Campbell getting traded.
Damn.
I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, y'all just finna straight up just give up the dude. Like, I mean, I know that y'all was trying to go ahead and, do a rebuild, but it ain't that serious.
It's about dumping payroll.
Yeah, it is. It's all about money, and it's stupid that, things have become to that they really want to just set up Calais like that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the dude is still a pass rush specialist. So, I'm not going to say that he can't make no money out there. He's still good. So, I mean, and then when it comes to Arik Armstead, to me, I think they're doing too much and waiting too long, because what's going to happen is, I feel like the longer you wait, the more a player demands. And then you wind up in a situation where that player will literally, put
Walk.
you in a bind and walk. And we don't need that. We don't want Arik walking. We want to keep him. So I feel like we just got more money for the CBA. They just gave us, I think, at least an extra, 10, 20 mil a year. So what the hell are we doing? Why aren't we just, locking him up and making it happen?
Fine. It could be the fine print, Dion. It may be this. It may be the case. Can you jump to that conclusion that they're not doing a thing? Because these guys, that never happens.
It always does. It does happen like that, where it can be the fine print. I can dig that. I really can. But to me, I'm like, yo, we got to make this shit happen. Arik has to be a part of our organization for years and years to come, and we can't sit up there and allow him to get away. Like, we really can't. So the thing is, if we let him get away, man, that tells us a lot. That gives us a green light on other moves that we're going to make. That tells you that we're looking to go ahead and say, okay, Arik, we got to let you go. And you'll see Ronnie Blair and DeMontre Moore and a bunch of these serviceable dudes wind up, getting signed, because all that money that Arik was about to suck up, they're going to go ahead and, be able to spread it amongst other players. They know they got time with Kittle. They know they got time with Defoe. The thing is with DeForest Buckner, you know what I'm saying? With DeForest Buckner and Kittle, like those are two dudes that are basically like, yo, man, we ain't finna sit up here and, you know, be those dudes where we hold out and make a bunch of noise. Kittle just plays football. Like that's literally his job.
And made a mistake of telling Kyle's wife too. I just like playing with 49ers. Don't tell your husband.
Look, you know, like,
true.
That's all he cares about is just playing football, man.
That's
like
why
he's
so
never
good.
been anything.
His focus is on the game.
Because if you notice, whenever they ask him questions about his contract, he's just like, I don't worry about that. I just leave it to my agent.
Yeah.
So think about that. You got a dude out here saying, I leave all that to my agent. You know, I don't deal with all that. Then that tells you what? That his job is football, and that's what he cares about.
And blocks out everything else. But you know, D, the 49ers going to have a plan B. This is what I'm most, because plan B last year was D Ford, because OBJ was plan A, right? So you figure the 49ers have already projected beyond if failure takes place. So, I just don't want the failure to take place. Well, we'll see, because they got until tomorrow. And chances are we may hear something. You know how 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden you hear 49ers have come to an agreement with Arik Armstead. Whoa, God, I knew it, man. I'm staying up all night to get it done.
That's always how it works. You look at it, you're like, what the heck, man? What are they doing? And next thing you know, they got some type of agreement. So I can dig it. You know, I think it's going to be a situation where we just wind up, you know, doing what we need to do, making it happen. And we'll get him signed. I don't think we're gonna have too many problems. I think everything will work out, and I think that, you know, a lot of it. I'm glad that free agency is in the swing of things, because that means that, you know, football hasn't taken the turn that all the other sports have by basically shutting down altogether. I think even the MLB,
they make you.
They're
moving the draft though. Moving the draft to late May.
They'll move the draft, but that's just because they're going to do what everybody else is doing. All they want to do is say, okay, we have enough evidence to show that this is not going to be an issue, and we're good, and, you know, go ahead and let everybody do it.
8 weeks.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, they, as per usual, awesome stuff, man. I'll tell you what, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be crazy, man. We're either going to be real mad or real happy. One or the other. Ain't gonna be in between. I can see it now.
And if they let him walk, then that tells you, like I said, all they're gonna do is give everything that they got to the players that they have, and that's it.
Well, yeah. Now you keep Jimmy Ward, and you might sign E-Man, because Jimmy G loves E-Man. He's already went to bat for him, so we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, you have yourself a good evening, brother.
You too. Night D.
All right.
Oh, man, I can just see. Poor Arik Armstead, he said, he's like, Arik is probably going back and singing, oh, man, what's his name? What's that? If this is it, please tell me so. If this ain't love, baby, let me go.
Hold up, wait a minute.
It's Huey Lewis in the news. Wait, but all of a sudden, Trez, can I get you to hold up and wait a minute? Trez, hold on. Let me get, hey, Jay, because we had Jay standing by. He'd be so mad. Jay, because I already know what Trez gonna say. Ronbo, man, look, it's about who's the name of the back of the jersey, not front. Go ahead. The front, should I say? Jay. Jay.
Ronbo.
Yo, okay. Jay, come on in, man, because, you know, it's a pretty dramatic situation building up here. As you know, with Arik Armstead, we haven't heard anything. And like Phil mentioned earlier, why in hell haven't we heard anything like 48 hours ago? Why are the 49ers waiting until tomorrow to say a word? Some people think it's because the 49ers are working in a long-term thing. It's taking a little while to get the little fine print straightened out and all that good stuff. And also, are you happy with the CBA? You got more money now? And, yeah, Take it away, Jay.
Well, I feel like we're going to get Armstead. I think he wants to be a Niner, and we want him to be a Niner. So I think it's just taking a longer process for them to get, both of them to meet the standard of what kind of contract he wants to be under. But the CBA, I love it. It's more football. I'm a football fan, so I love seeing more football games. So I know the players don't too much care for it, but as a fan, I love watching the game. So
I know. If it put 19 to 20 games, we'd be happier. But bodies would be going down, though, Jay. We'd have like, oh my God, and not enough rest time. Ooh, but anyway, I agree, though.
And that's because, man, like last season, we had a lot of injuries. I think they need to put that roster spot at least at 60 or 65.
I like that idea, right? If you're going to play that many games, you need some more ball players. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Because
increase that cap.
Man, we can't be having. Yeah, and we can actually have some people who actually can ball. They can get an opportunity to ball. Because the fact is, there's a lot of good football.
And stop cutting them good players. We cut how many good players last year? We had to bring DeMontre Moore back. You had no business cutting DeMontre Moore. Come on, man. He was doing great. Oh.
He was, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that adds more, and that just make more players want to compete. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like this person feel like he's comfortable at his job, no. We need more good players that make other players great and make them compete more. And I feel like, the whole situation Armstead is, I think hopefully he gets his contract well-deserved for last year. Hopefully continue more of what he's been doing. And I think DeForest Buckner he's going to show up next year. I think he had an off year this year.
But you know what? Jay, he was having a good year. The thing is, his role shifted. The reason why you saw so much coming off the edge is because people, for some reason, but they stopped doing it. With Nick Bosa, they realized, hey, man, let DeForest go, man. Get this dude. Because, Nick was killing him, and he was had 2 and 3 guys on him. Buckner was the other double team. And, of course, that's why Arik Armstead had such a huge year, too. That's part of it. But, look, that's how it works.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want Buckner to get started.
You got to sacrifice because they're going to put 2 or 3 guys on one man. And, they got to realize that Forrest Buckner is a big dude. So, they need 2 guys to be trying to cover him.
At all times.
But then that's going to let Nick and D4 feast. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I think we need to just keep our defensive line intact. I think they signed Armstead.
Because they would only be better next year, Jay. We thought they was good this year. You put that same group back on the field next year. Oh, they know each other real well. They would just tear the league up.
Yeah, they played them. Besides E4, all 3 of them played the entire 16 games. You know what I'm saying? So they know each other's weaknesses. They know where the spots be. It's gonna be real critical.
Right, they know how this guy is. You know what he's going to do. You know what he's going to do. Now it's not about thought processes. It's like we are one.
It's about go.
Yes.
It's all about go. All gas, no brakes. You know what I'm saying? So if we can add another, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, if we can add somebody, draft another defensive end who actually can, get after the quarterback, that would really help out a lot. So that would give D4 enough time to get healthy, get on the field once he's 100%. And then we also got that other.
D is never going to be healthy. Yeah. With D, it's about, D, how you feeling today? D says, I throw my head back, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Dang, get your crazy butt out there then. Let's go.
Yeah, I think we need to find a replacement. I like D4, but if he, dude, he's 80 mil. Like, we need somebody who actually could be out there. You know, the same thing that Seattle did when they got the quarterback, and then they signed him to a crazy amount, and then they had drafted Russell Wilson. Well, they got rid of the other dude and kept Russell Wilson.
I know,
just, sometimes
that dude's supposed to start.
Yeah,
too.
Sometimes you gotta make. If you go be paying somebody that kind of money,
you gotta be careful.
Yeah,
you gotta make them.
And they gotta be on the field. You know what I'm saying? I know it's football, it's injuries, but if you can't 100% be right, then you know what I'm saying. We need somebody who can actually get after the quarterback.
Jay, we gonna go. I mean, I tell you what. Tomorrow, Jerry, it's the defining hours. We'll find out tomorrow what's gonna happen because tomorrow's it. Ain't no more time.
Yeah.
All right, fam.
Ain't no more time. All right, brother. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jay. And now, one of the founding members of TNT, he is Terez. Give me a bag full of sprinkled red and gold in it. Terez.
Hold up, wait a minute, Ronbo. Go and put some red and gold up in it, Ronbo.
Scatter, just glitter through the air. Look at that shine and shimmer. Ooh. Terez, I already know what you're going to say. You came in here to say something that's going to hurt my feelings. Go ahead, start.
You're exactly right. Y'all sound like a bunch of pansies around here. Y'all sound like a bunch of pansies done broke up with your high school sweetheart. You know, you can't miss her if she leaves you. Please don't go, girl. Please don't leave me. Look, Ronbo, this is a business, man. Will y'all stop it, man? Will y'all please stop with the Arik Armstead? I done told y'all about falling in love with players, man. I done said it 1,000 times about falling in love with players, man. You're not going to bring back the same players you had when you had a Super Bowl run. We all know this. This is a part of it. This is the process. We can't pay everybody, Ronbo. We can't. Arik Armstead ain't did shit. He had one good season. One good season. That's it. Everybody on the Arik Armstead bandwagon. Oh, Arik is a vital part of this defense. Please don't do this. Please don't do that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Get real, man. Get real. As much as we would love to have the team intact, man, we just can't do it, man. And stop falling in love with these players, Ronbo. Y'all got to stop this, man. It's getting ridiculous. It really is. It really is.
Now, coming from you, Terez, I have to accept that because the fact of the matter is, you've already said Solomon. You've had enough of Solomon Thomas. Now, when you say that, it tells me that you're serious about your convictions.
Yeah, I don't fall in love with players, man. I love the 49ers. I love the organization. I love our team. You know what I'm saying? And players don't come and go, man. I love me some Frank Gore.
Oh, okay.
But Frank Gore ran the court.
I might just point out a hypothetical situation. Now you say go ahead and get rid of him. They get rid of him, all right? Now, midway through the season, you notice that the defensive front line is not as good as it appeared last year. What will be your reaction?
What would be my reaction? Mm-hmm. We need to go out and find somebody that can get the job done.
In the meantime,
we might be failing at.
In the meantime, we don't even get into the playoffs.
Ronbo, I don't even see that happening. You don't even see that happening. Let's just be real.
I'll point out hypotheticals. Trez, you got to be careful with certain things. I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying about don't be getting attached to players because the door has a swing both ways. But I do think if you got a core, you need to keep that core if you can.
You're talking about a nucleus. So let me tell you what that nucleus consists of, Ronbo.
Okay.
That nucleus consists of Bosa, Buckner, D Ford, and whoever we can put in the middle, and that middle is DJ. That's it right now, Ronbo. That's it.
Let me see that. Trez, wait a minute.
I got Armstead, Pack, and
where is
Go.
my Dewey, Cheatham, and how? Where they at? Listen, Trez, here's the thing. If I'm going to, D Ford is the guy that ain't getting, I'm not getting no work out of him. I mean, I'm looking at Arik Armstead carried the workload of D Ford, Ford's mama, his brother-in-law, everybody else. Huh?
Ronbo, you paid for a serviceable guy. You knew what you was getting when you got D Ford.
This is why I'm gonna get rid of Arik.
You knew that.
I'm gonna get rid of
Arik.
You
knew you weren't getting.
I got D Ford on a part-time basis.
You got DeMontre. You got DeMontre. We got a lot of brothers. You got Brad. We got a lot of players. You still got Solomon. Come on, Ronbo. Stop falling in love with player, man.
Did I hear you? Wait a minute. Wait. Time. Did I just hear you say you still got Solomon?
Yeah.
Oh,
we don't have to play Solomon.
Trez.
We don't have to. We're going to have to, Ronbo.
Oh, Trez.
We're going to have to.
We're going to have to. See what I'm saying? Sign Arik Armstead. Yeah. It's important.
No, it's not important. It's important to let him walk. Yeah, we'll see you later. We got too much ahead of us, Ronbo.
Okay,
we got players that we got players we definitely need to sign.
Now,
that
and next year
to this team.
Trez, if they take on the same,
Arik Armstead.
If their agent takes on the same attitude, let's say George Kittle's, no, that's impossible. Let's say DeForest Buckner's agent comes up with the same stuff. Are you gonna say we ain't got time to be falling in love with nobody? I don't care if it's DeForest Buckner or not. If he can't sign, he's got to go. Are you gonna take that same attitude?
No, because I think Buckner brings a more valuable asset to the team than Armstead. Ronbo, I just do. It just come on now. Just a few years ago, y'all was on the Arik Armstead got a lead train.
I wasn't.
Now
I've never been
on the Arik Armstead. You got to stay.
That's why I can wage this argument. I was never on there. That was y'all. I always knew he could play. Just needed to play with the right players. Trez,
okay, all
this
right.
is
so you all in. That's just like these clowns out here was talking about Jimmy G like a dog. And Jimmy G we trust, man. Come on, man.
No, we on the same.
I'm just listening at the rhetoric talking about, Tom Brady. I couldn't even I just couldn't even wrap my head around how this being discussing.
You and me on the same. We in the same book there.
Started getting pushed. Got pushed. Come on, man. Jimmy G is our quarterback, man. Bottom line.
We're on the same page here, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Trez, it's a lot of look, don't fall in love with players, man, that are just serviceable, man.
Right.
They can be replaced.
This is a matter of opinion. I think he's more than serviceable. I think it's an intricate part of that defensive line. But Trez, we're not going to agree on that. But listen, tell you what, tomorrow we're going to find out. We're gonna, no. He was the best run stopper we've had.
1 year.
Best run stopper we've had for 2 years.
1 year.
I know you don't care about the run stop, but it's important.
No.
We used to get our butt handed to us behind that run. We don't do it anymore. You notice that? DJ does a great job. Stopper. He's not a starter. Listen, tell you what I'm going to do. He is a starter. Trez, we got to go, though. Let's catch you tomorrow, and so I can laugh at you when Arik Armstead gets signed.
So you're not going to laugh at me.
I will laugh at you. I will laugh at you.
Because y'all in love with this high school girl that left y'all for another dude. And you want to sit up here and cry about it. Ain't even crying about it, man. This guy's a player. He's an NFL player.
Okay.
And whether it's on this team or another team, Ronbo.
Okay.
Come on.
I agree.
Hey, shout out to my TNT fam, man. Shout out to all my TNT brothers out there, man. Some going to agree with me, some going to disagree with me. But look here, at the end of the day, we all
love
family,
each other.
baby.
Yes.
It's nothing but love. You know what I'm saying?
Fam.
All right, Ronbo, appreciate you everything you do. I'm out, man.
Thanks.
Just falling in love with these players, man, around here.
Get on out of here.
Sweetheart
You've
players.
been drinking,
Falling in love
and I've been drinking. I've been a fool for so long. Hey, Santa Clara.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Santa, man, all hell is breaking loose because, Trez brings a good point.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And I bring a good point. I know I bring a good point. So you see, Santana, where are you at on this? Now, I don't like the idea of a gap suddenly missing in the 49ers frontline defense that did an awesome job last year. I want that same group coming back again. Of course, I realize it's very expensive. We can't tag him for no $19 million. And Santana, also J-Dub, and nobody's talking to Sanders. We're going to lose that. The CBA is looking good. It's rolling over some big cash for us as far as DeForest Buckner and George Kittle go next year. But what are your feelings on some of these things?
Well, obviously, man, I've always been a Arik Armstead. Resign him, because we need him. We definitely need him, and he was where we need those four D line to be intact together to make it back to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, sign Arik Armstead, man. I do not want to get stuck with Solomon Thomas. I do not want to get
Didn't
stuck
that scare you?
with
Trent said that with no shame. What? We got Solomon Thomas.
He was
oh!
saying he was saying something about like your ex or whatever. Like you got to let her go. Stop crying about it. I'm gonna tell you something. If Arik Armstead's a 10 and my girl was a 10, I'm gonna fucking cry over her. I'm stuck with Solomon Thomas.
That's
and
worth
Solomon
crying
Thomas
about.
is a 4. Hell yeah, I'm gonna fucking cry.
I'll act like you don't care about. Act like you care about her leaving, but you think she's doing the best thing, and it ain't you, it's me.
Yeah, but I mean Solomon Thomas, man, nah, dude. Him and Dante Pettis are in the same fucking boat, man.
Solomon T up there struggling and battling with offensive linemen, can't get past them. I don't need that. And I'm worried about Kentavious Street. There is no other Arik Armstead on this roster. We got to go out and find one? I don't want to go find one. Sign this one. Oh.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, no, we need an Arik Armstead, man. We definitely need him. Like, there's no way that we need to cut him or not sign him. Like, that's not an option, because then that's a big void right there. Down in the center,
because Santana, you end up, because D Ford is going to pay maybe 12 or 13 games for you on the year if you're lucky. Now you take out him and what he's doing. Now you get rid of Armstead. What's going on now?
Nah.
See,
there's just gonna be Buckner and Nick Bosa. It's like you can't do that.
An untested agent.
Yeah, and especially in this type of these type of quarterbacks, these mobile quarterbacks, we definitely can't, because it's either that or we have good safeties and corners, So it's either you have good cornerbacks and safeties, or you have a good D line to get to the quarterback, So
Santana, what makes a good corner?
We need to sign.
What makes a good corner and a good safety is your frontline defense. Then you have a good corner and a good safety, no matter how good it is.
That's why we were one of the top defenses in the league because of our D line. So
yes.
So and Arik Armstead was one of those guys. He was one of the reasons why we were one of the top defenses. So if we cut him and let him walk, then we're just we're taking a step back instead of a step forward.
Thank you.
And I mean, obviously, John Lynch probably drafted Solomon Thomas. Hoping to fulfill that void, if they decided to cut Arik Armstead or something like that, but he didn't turn out to be what we expected out of the first round. So there's no option.
And they would have got rid of Arik Armstead last year. Had that been the case, no, they signed him. They picked up a fifth-year option. They said, Solomon, you on the clock, baby boy. Get it done this year, Solomon. Come on, man.
I don't know. I don't know why they haven't signed Arik Armstead yet, but I'm pretty sure that by tomorrow they'll have him signed. If not, a tag on him and see where we can trade him. But I was how we have a good relation with the Patriots. If we were to tag him, I wouldn't doubt it. Trade him to the Patriots because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to go to the Browns or anything like that. So. But yeah, Ronbo, that's it, man. That's it for me, man. We got to sign Arik Armstead. There's no other option, man. There's no other way.
There's another vote for Arik.
Man, you have a good one. Good night.
All right, fam. Good night.
All right, man.
See you tomorrow.
Good night, man. All right, man.
Oh, God. I see you up there, Big Show. Big Show's up there doing a Drake impression. Kiki, do you love me? When you're driving, stay out your feelings. I ain't staying out no feelings when it comes to Arik Armstead. Hey, Will, dollar bill. Will, come on in, man.
Man, the coronavirus is in full effect tonight.
I know some sickness in here. I still know. But, well, you know what we're talking about here. Any subject matter. Go ahead. We want to hear it. Go ahead.
Well, first off, I want to say
Nana Boo Boo. We didn't get Tom Brady. I told y'all, man. Y'all, I don't know what the hell y'all was smoking on to make y'all go all these few weeks talking about Tom Brady coming to the 49ers. And the thing is, this man told a reporter he wanted to go to San Francisco. And 49ers turned around and said, hell no.
We got a quarterback.
So put some. I know there's some alcohol on that open wound, but that's the truth.
Make it heal up.
He said he wanted. They said he wanted to come to 49. 49 turned around and said, hell no. We got our quarterback, Jimmy G. So now that is dead. Get a shovel, dig it, put it in the ground, cover it up, move on.
Indeed.
Okay.
Throw it in. Throw Rose on top. Boink.
Throw Rose on top. Even you can give a eulogy if you want to.
There you go.
But hey man, I really think, man, it's all going to come down to one guy, and that's the man behind the pen, Parag. It's on him, man. He's going to have to find a way to crunch these numbers to keep this man. Now, if he goes, I'm okay with it. To be honest, if Armstead leaves, I don't think we're going to lose a step. I really don't.
That's usually a plan B. I just hope it's good.
Because you got the golden boy, Nick Bosa. You got D Ford. Hey, man. Hey, Ronbo, I heard you talking to Trey now. You're going to have to back off my boy D Ford, man. I'm telling you, man. Hey.
I love me some D Ford. I just know you're only going to get so many games out of D. If D played all 17, he needs a raise. But he ain't going to do it.
I remember when we had Marsh and Dakota Watson that offseason, everybody was talking about we needed D Ford, and we turned around and got D Ford. So I mean, hey,
that's not a comparison. Well, that is no comparison.
We gotta realize when D Ford is on the field, man, the 49ers get the most sacks when he's on the field.
Amen.
So like
when
I said, man, he creates one-on-one pressures, man.
It's crazy. I love him.
He creates one-on-one matchups.
And that makes Nick even more effective. Yes. Now you got double digit dudes coming from both sides. If I could just get D to stay on the field, I'd be so happy.
He had a hamstring injury, man. You know, players get that from time to time. We already knew about the tendonitis in the knee and all that. So
that's not
man,
it.
He's gonna be all right.
It's about his hamstrings.
He gonna be good, man. I mean, just a hamstring. He ain't like he tore it or anything. He just, pulled it. He'll be all right. But man, look, man. Yeah, this is true. Armstead did show out on his contract year because the previous year he been hurt. If Parag punched down the numbers to keep this man for a multi-year deal, he's gonna have to set it up to where if it doesn't work out that year, we can let him go. It got to work in our favor because he has a history of injuries. So that's why I say it's really up to Parag to get these numbers right and get all the information right on his contract. So if it doesn't pan out, or if he gets hurt again, we got to find a way to let him go. And
you talking about Ward or Armstead?
Ward, I'll let Ward walk. I would.
No, you are talking about Armstead. But Will, he had 2 back-to-back seasons staying out there. At this point, you probably figure whatever the problem was, maybe it may be one of those things that's passed. Anybody can get hurt, but 2 years back-to-back, leading both years and stopping the run, and this year adding to that, being a top sack, man, that's really a good resume.
But Ronbo, you got to think about it. You got DJ Jones and Julian Taylor, and you got Ronald Blair on the outside that can rush from the edge. You got those 3 guys though.
You got to wait for.
If you lose Armstead, you really ain't gonna lose nothing. Or you could bring in a second tier defensive line off free agency, like Brandon Mebane or what's the other guy from I forgot that dude's name. Well, any second tier defensive lineman in the interior.
So Will, you believe Armstead's a second tier player? I see. This is why I disagree.
No, I'm not saying he's a second tier player. I'm saying that you can bring in a second tier. You don't have to bring in a first tier and spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can bring a second tier, defensive lineman in, still ain't gonna
gonna stop the pass rush because you got multiple guys already that's on the team that can create the pass rush. We got players off the bench that can come in and create a pass rush. So if Armstead leave, we really ain't lose.
Well, there's players
really
coming
not.
there. You could attempt to plug that hole. I just think Armstead's underrated, and he's coming to his own. I just don't want to see him go. He goes somewhere else and get 10, 11 sacks. I'm gonna lose my mind next year. But we'll see, because I think, man. Anyway, we'll be out of time.
But I promise you, man. If Armstead leaves, we ain't gonna lose a step. I can promise you. I can guarantee that.
I hope so.
I can guarantee that. Now, what we need to do is work on that right side of that football field, that corner position. Because I'm tired. I don't want no damn Weatherspoon on no field next year. Either gonna be Emmanuel Mosley or a rookie or come in to fight with Mosley for that spot or
I know exactly
like a Ronald Darby or somebody. So,
we got to pull up.
That's what we need to be worrying about.
All right.
That's what we need to be worrying about.
Tomorrow, fam, we'll continue. We got to go. See you tomorrow.
All right, man. Shout out to my T fam, man. My player partner, Trey Trez, Big Show, Russo, all them guys, man. Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Jersey Joe, Rico, all them boys, Sheik, man, all them guys, man. Hey, man. 49ers versus to be announced Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida. All right, man.
All right, Will. Night, fam. Brian, come on in, man. Oh, God. Got Trey, Kittle, and Bosa. Well, that's got to be somebody from another team. Hey, Ryan, come on in, man.
Yes, I'm in. It's great to be on, man. It's been a long time.
That's true. Now that I think, I just realized who you are. Yeah, Ryan. How you been?
Man, sometimes the human brain doesn't work as fast as you want it to. But listening to the show, riding along, it dawned on me exactly why. It finally hit me as to why it's taken so long and why the franchise tag has not been placed upon
Arik Armstead.
It finally came to me.
Please
the
share.
reason why, I'm going to tell you like this. It's because Parag Marathe is a genius, and he's already proven it many times over. I'm going to tell you why. Okay, in the world of business, psychology and leverage go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings me to my point that if the franchise tag, if it was placed on him, in the beginning of when the opening period had just begun, that would have sent a clear message that to his agent that they're desperate, they want to keep you here, they don't want you to go nowhere, and given the fact, and I'm pretty sure it's been relayed to him that if he doesn't take the contract, what they're going to do is they're going to wait to the final deadline to tag him, and they will trade him if he does not, sign a contract which is conducive to the team's long-term future. So therefore, what they're going to end up doing is, I have no doubt they're not just going to let him go and let a team like the Raiders pick him up for nothing.
That's just too much.
Way,
yes.
Hell no. It's like this, bro. It's like this. The Raiders, they desperately need, I'm just using them as a perfect example because remember when they had 2 first-round picks and everybody knows they had a shitty trade with, letting, what's his name go, Khalil Mack. And so they desperately need a pass rusher. You mean to tell me a team like the Raiders wouldn't give up one of their mid-first-round picks for him? Of course they would. They would love that. It's like this. It's they already said that when you put a non-exclusive franchise tag on a player, a team that wants to pick him up, they have to give up 2 first-round picks. So the Niners would be crazy just to let him walk out the door. There's no way that the Niners are going to let him just walk out the door and just let some other team have him. Yeah, I just don't see that happen. The 49ers are way too smart. What they're going to do is they're going to franchise tag him, and then after they franchise tag him, what they're going to do is they're going to cut bait with some other guys, or hopefully look to trade some other guys. Like let's say a Richard Sherman, or even I hate to say it, Joe Staley, but those guys only have 1 good year left. Maybe those guys are up to the they pretty much maxed out their careers. So and plus they mentioned that the offensive tackle class is pretty deep. So if we have to part ways and maybe even get maybe a 5th or 6th round pick for Joe Staley and get some cap relief, then hey, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Because as Bill Walsh, his one of his main philosophies is it's better to get rid of a player 1 year early than 1 year too late.
Bill,
and
he didn't have no. But the thing is, I think Staley would retire before he'd go to another team. He could retire after he got there if he just want to help the 49ers out. Joe would be game. Now I think about it.
Exactly, he would. I'm telling you, I don't think, Niner fans have to worry. I've seen this scenario play out. Am I right about these types of situations all the time? 100%? Of course, nobody is. But I would say there's a 95% chance that when you wake up tomorrow, the 49ers will have placed a franchise tag, whether it be exclusive or non-exclusive. And what they're going to do is if he doesn't sign within a certain period of time, or if they find a trade partner that's willing to give up, a shitload of draft compensation to get him, he'll be gone. But yeah, as far as him just walking out the door and letting the team like the Raiders pick him up and have their fan base laugh at us in our face,
contract, yeah. That's a good point, Ryan. I buy into that. I really do, because like you're saying, there's no way they're walking out of here for free, and it's taking this long for a reason, and that's as good a reason as that's good. That's wake up tomorrow morning. If Eric hasn't snapped his senses, we're going to tag him. We've already got some people on working the phones right now. They've already got something in place. Should we need to franchise tag them and trade, we can get this, this, and this. So either way, we win. See, that's like you said, it's all about business and how well you do it and conduct it. And the 49ers have become very good at it. Ryan, I buy it. I really do.
I love it.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Good insights. I'll hopefully hear from you later. All right. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
Yeah, that's... Makes sense. It really does. Hey, Mel, would you come on in here, please?
You know it. Bang, bang, man. Bang, bang, Niner game was good, Ronbo.
Oh, Mel, man. This is, we go through drama with the 49ers if you're deeply involved emotionally, as a lot of us are. Every time something happens, there we are. Oh, man, here we go. Mel, what do you make of this situation here? All of it. CBA and Arik Armstead, Jimmy, everything. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No problem. My bad. What I make of this situation, listening to a lot of the callers, not just tonight, but the past few podcasts and everything, is I'm about to revoke your ability to call yourselves the faithful. I'm about to revoke that. It's like there's no faith. I have total faith in John and Kyle in whatever move they choose to make, whether it's to let him go or whether it's to come up off the money and give him what, they feel he deserves. Whatever call they make, man, I trust it because they see this guy every day. They know his skill set. I alluded to this a couple weeks ago when I was saying we can't forget that he had this monster year in a contract season. So we're not even totally sure which Armstead we're going to get, especially if it's about a payday. So, whether they keep him, whether we lose him, I love the guy. I definitely want to keep him. However, if they don't pony up the money, that means they don't feel that this dude is worth that. So if they don't feel that this guy is worth it,
they'll do what they have to
and
do.
they see him every day and they know the scheme and all of that, that means he's not worth it. Now, could he go to a different team and ball his heart out? Sure. But I'm thinking worst case scenario, this is going to be like one of those 1994 Dallas Cowboys situations where Jimmy Johnson went his separate ways and the organization went their separate ways. And the situation with that was that both parties ended up losing out. Jimmy Johnson didn't have the same coaching success when he went to Miami or anywhere else. And the Cowboys didn't replace him well. So, like, both parties could potentially lose out. But, so, yeah, man, I have total faith in what these guys are going to do. Like, I'm not losing sleep at all over it because, honestly, I truly believe in my heart that the decision has already been made. We're not privy to it yet, of course, but I believe that they've already made up their minds either way. If
I know,
they're
right?
come up off the money or not. So.
Yeah. Because,
But, yeah, one thing I wanted to say.
Go ahead.
One thing I wanted to say, Ronbo, is this is going to be very, very extreme. There's nobody that hears this that's going to just say, oh, you know what? Maybe that's a good idea, or maybe that's not a good idea. Nobody is going to be indifferent to it. You guys are either going to call me a freaking genius, or you're going to say, Mel, you are the dumbest person on the face of this planet. And I'm leaning toward the majority being the second type, but I would take a look at Alden Smith, man. The dude went to rehab. He's out of rehab. You can pay him peanuts. You could pay him basically league minimum because of the fact that he's just going to be happy to get out there.
Yeah. And plus, he's got to come back in and prove himself, so ain't nobody going to pay him more. So, yeah.
Right. But we could definitely use his skill set. Coming off the edge, the dude was a problem. Playing football, playing the game has never been his issue. It's been his
off-field behavior.
Substance abuse. And, he got that taken care of. So, I think that may be something to look at. I'm not saying go sign a guy or anything, but I'm saying we could definitely give that a look, man. As long as the pieces in the organization are set up in a way where we could, ensure his continued growth, add some stipulations in his contract. Like, you do know that there's a zero tolerance policy for anything, right?
First phone call we get from the precinct, contract.
No doubt. Right.
I just wonder what he looked like after this length of time. Can he still play? I think he was sort of a natural talent. So you're probably right. He'd probably come in and segue right in. He's got to get reinstated first. I don't know what Goodell's going to do, though.
He's him off the edge, man. We got to do something about D Ford. I don't trust him. I love him to death. I
do too, but D ain't. He's not going to be with you all season, and he's going to fall out in the most worst time.
That's a fact. That is a fact. And it's going to be a whole lot of the situations that we just dealt with this past season. We overcame a lot of them, but we still had to deal with them, which is, we got to win this one without D. We got to hope that, we can hold off and get us to a point where him coming back matters.
How's he feeling today?
Dealing with that headache.
He came out for a few minutes and he tweaked it. Oh, God.
Right. And you know what I was expecting? Right. You know what I was expecting? Last thing, because I know you got to go. But you know what I was expecting as soon as the season was over? I was expecting to hear about, okay, D Ford, his surgery is scheduled. So it's been a long it's been a long season. So he's going to go on vacation with his family, but then he's coming right back to get the surgery and then rehab and come back 100%. So when the season's over and I asked about surgery, it was people that were acting like, looking at me like I had three heads, like I said something that was just nonsensical. Like, wait, isn't he supposed to get surgery? Wasn't that the whole deal? Was that he was going to undergo an operation to make sure that this isn't an ongoing, persistent issue? No. But then they're like, now it's just tendinitis. And it's like, no, you don't miss 6 weeks for tendinitis, man. Yeah, but whatever.
It was the hamstring. But anyway, Mel, I'm going to look for you tomorrow, and we'll find out answers to all the questions tomorrow, pretty much.
No doubt.
All right, fam. Good all stuff, right, Mel. Have a good night. Oh, man. There it is, boy. And, the other thing that worries about decision-making, you look at, how did Chicago Bears look after picking up Mitchell Trubisky when they could have picked up Patrick Mahomes? So every now and then, a bad mistake can be made, which always worries me. Not us. Not us. Hey, Charles, come on in, fam.
Ronbo, I have a little... as Dre, I'm having a little mixed emotions. Just like this, when I heard Chris Sims say, "Oh, Tom Brady didn't have a chance here," I'm laughing. I'm thinking, playing the situation of how it went in my head. Tom Brady calls the Bay Area, and John picks up. Tom Brady says, "Hey, John, I'm available," and John's like, "Oh, hey, Tom, how are you doing? Good." Clank. Tom's like, "Hello."
Well, it wouldn't have been like that. Tom might have said what you said at first, but it was probably, Tom, actually, we're really kind of happy with what we got going on here with Jimmy. But we do appreciate you checking in with us. That's probably more like what it was.
And then the new CBA comes on, and I'm kind of like, I know this isn't realistic, but I'm thinking, we're gonna get Arik Armstead, Jimmy Ward, Emmanuel Sanders, all back. And even on top of that, we may be able to pay Caroline Buckner. I know that's not possible. That's just me fantasizing, but I'm thinking that. So I'm on my phone waiting for the announcement of Arik Armstead. And an hour goes by, and I'm thinking, what's going on? Like, dang, what's going on with the whole situation? A couple hours go by, and then it gets me thinking, when you see the data come out, did Arik Armstead like maybe want more money than what he originally wanted?
You know what? Off those rookie deals, it's usually about the length of the contract. The money is almost a standard, but it's the length. You're giving us a 3-year, you're giving us a 5-year, you're giving us a 4-year. What are you going to do here? And the agent's probably already decided how many years he wants on the contract. Yeah.
I'm just thinking like what's going on, and I'm hearing things like, and then it came on tonight. You know, have guys like Dre, Trev all spread their knowledge. And then I hear Trey say, "Oh, we're not going to sign him." I'm like thinking, well, maybe he's right. We're not going to sign him, even though I wanted to keep him. But then he comes and says, "We're going to replace him with Solomon Thomas." Come on, Trey.
That was don't blame that on Trey. That was Trez. That was his partner. That was Trez.
My fault. Trez. Come on, Trey.
He broke me up.
I got love for you, man. But you couldn't have said any other name. And you were,
Anybody? I put Dante Pedersen there as fast as I put Solomon T. Oh my God, T can't get it done.
Same production.
Oh,
you get the same production, no stats. Hey, and anyway, I forgot to ask, how are you doing tonight?
I was okay till you brought that back up again. I'd already gotten over that once, and you brought it up again. Trez said and repeat, we got Solomon Thomas can come in there. What?
Oh,
Solomon Thomas can't come in there and do what? Get blocked? No. I need. Charles, people they act like Arik Armstead is just some old rag you can throw in there and fit. He's not. He's already proven that for the last 2 seasons. So I'm done with underrating Arik Armstead.
I was the same way last year. This Arik Armstead is a completely new player, different type of player this year. He proved it, and when he was on the field, every play you would see him in the quarterback's face, especially on top of Aaron Rodgers. And he deserves his money. He deserves his money, and he has the right to ask for his money. Mm-hmm. But it's just you can't get goals like Arik Armstead on the street. Mm-hmm. This guy is real. He is a beast.
And Charles, do you agree with the fact that people need to get over players forming and getting to where they're going? And sometimes the road could be a little rocky. But hell, after they get to where they're going and start to achieve, can we leave their history alone? It's like you're dating this girl. Well, once I was a hooker, and also I was I was a stripper. I did that for a while. The girl's got to do what she's got to do to get money. And then all of a sudden now she's the model housewife. You still get mad at her about her past? Some guys would, but I'm just saying, if she's perfect now, can you please appreciate her for who she is now?
If you prove to me that you're not the same, let's say, in your situation, girl, as you were before, then why would I need to worry about it? I know you changed as a person, and I know going forward you will not retort back to where you were.
That's it.
And all I got, and Ronbo, before I head, I know
we're out of time.
I gotta head out soon. But before I head out,
listen at y'all love birds. Listen at y'all love birds. I love it, Devin.
Charles, we're gonna go.
Y'all
Trez, let Charles finish up, Trez.
I'm gonna let Charles finish, but Charles called my name, Ronbo. He said he was with me until I said Solomon Thomas. So if Solomon go out here and ball out, have a 10-sack season, all y'all gonna be sitting up there looking with power in your face. That's all I'm saying. And he gonna be done did the Arik Armstead. Ain't did shit and then turned around and did something. Now I'm gonna let him have his time, Ronbo. But y'all go ahead with the cake eating, okay? Y'all gonna finish
I hear you,
cake.
Trez. I hear you.
I hear you. All right, Charles, finish it up.
Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good, Ronbo.
All right, Charles.
I got nothing but love for Trez. And
we will see you. Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow. Ronbo. Have a good night.
You too. Oh, God. Ellis, come in here and bring a voice of reason to this madness, as it's getting out of hand, as it always does in the offseason. Ellis, what are you thinking here? It is amusing, though.
Yeah. I think we're all excited, man. The CBA went through, so we don't know how to contain ourselves now. I feel like we can do all kinds of things right now. You know what I mean? And
The door's kind of open. You know.
Yeah.
I think that.
Ellis, you
like,
sound a little distant. Are you on your phone or are you on a speaker?
Yeah, let me go ahead and take that off. Hello?
That's much better. All right, go ahead.
Sir, yes, sir. I don't know. I mean, what are we talking about here? The Arik Armstead thing, the CBA. I'm glad the CBA. I did not feel like that was going to go through. When I seen Aaron Rodgers, and a lot of guys,
J.J. Watt,
talking about
Richard
no
Sherman.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Richard Sherman of all people, and then we ended up getting it, and it went through. You know what I mean? I'm pretty excited. We get an extra game. We got some more money. Now we can retain the guys that we need. It's crazy because I feel like Arik Armstead is a huge chess piece. I don't want no damn picks for him though. We need to get if we was gonna, just hypothetically, let me say, if there was gonna be an Arik Armstead being shipped out, we need to get something equal in collateral for him, and then some. But I wouldn't accept the pick. I know they're talking about like a second round, or I just hearing about it just within the last few weeks. I honestly wouldn't, because we're not guaranteed what the second round pick is going to do, and we have had him for so many years, and he's been in our system. That would kind of be
I'm sorry,
ridiculous to do that.
Ronbo. Hey, my bad, bro. Look, NBC Sports just.
Wait a minute. No, put that back on because this sounds like a special announcement. Hello? Oh, God.
Hello?
Okay. Who is this?
Hello?
Ellis, is that you?
Was that Dre or one of the homies or something? What happened?
I'm going to go online. If they just announced the 49ers have made a deal, I want to know. That might be what he was getting ready to say.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah,
Ellis,
shit.
but go ahead, though. Ellis, I got to tell you, though, on the point you were making, it could be that the 49ers are just looking to reduce salary, so you're not going to get another player. Salary relief. So that's probably what's happening. I hear you, though. I agree. I don't want some Band-Aid dude in there that comes in trying to imitate Arik Armstead. I agree. So, or some kid that's been drafted that's got to prove himself. Definitely agree.
Right. We're not guaranteed to get the Nick Bosa's and the Dre Greenlaws and the Debo Samuels. You know what I mean? We struck gold, so it's kind of like I really wouldn't be down for like a trade like that. But yeah, if we're just freeing up money, I mean, I get it, man. And I honestly, I would rather keep him. But at the end of the day, as I said before, I'm 100% confident in what John Lynch and the men with the pen that's writing the checks, and that's between everything and how they're delegating responsibilities. I feel confident in everybody. I'm just ready to go. I'm almost more concerned about how long are they gonna delay the season with this coronavirus and all this other nonsense. They already pushed back the draft. Was it draft night or whatever in Vegas? Is that what it was? If I'm not mistaken. But I mean, I'm concerned about that more than I am what we're going to really do at the end of the day, because I'm just confident in whatever it is that's going to happen. I feel like we can make it work no matter what, and we have so much depth. That guy Zettel, and I don't know if Ronald Blair is going to be back next year, man. He might be back like mid-season, so I don't even think we should be considering him in a conversation, though we know what he can do. He's coming off a major injury, and that's kind of concerning as far as what to expect from him, what we'll know he's able to do. He's coming off the same, kind of injury as Jimmy, and he's using a lot more off his legs. So,
yeah, because he was running the other day. He posted up on his Instagram. He was, he's running very carefully, though. You could tell, So
yeah, he was like in place, almost like he was in place jogging.
Right? Don't cut left or right. Stay in a straight line. In fact, if I was training him, I wouldn't advise that. Go on a bicycle or something like that, but don't be pounding that that skeleton on the ground yet. How many weeks?
Please.
Yeah. So
no, don't do that. That's why I'm concerned about. So I wouldn't even consider him right now as far as in the depth chart, but he is a solid piece that we have and that we can look forward to having. But
he starts off the year on the
I don't know, the Jimmy Ward show. Yeah, if anything, get rid of Jimmy and we can that he doesn't need a big payday. If we're going to be paying anybody, maybe it should be Arik over him. But we got to think about George. We got to think about DeForest, and make sure that we got the proper, finances delegate and give to those to those greats over there. You know what I mean? But I saw something about another tight end.
Ellis,
I saw something about another tight end that Kyle may be looking for another tight end.
Can you do it about 15, 20 seconds? Because we're out of time. Go ahead, real quick.
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely. I seen something they were talking about. We may be looking for another tight end that kind of has the same attributes as George, because maybe I think we're going to start using George more, in the offense instead of doing so much blocking, because he's such a utility guy and we can count on him to block. I don't know why Ross Dwelly not
Ellis, we really
is he not good enough or what?
No, it's just a matter of they may be just looking, and Dwelly might beat the guy out. Ellis, we can see tomorrow.
Yeah, right on, champ.
Find out
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Monday Night Raw. Shout out to you, man. Everybody, stay faithful, man. Y'all, let's take a breather.
Yes,
my G's. All right, fam. Shout out to you, Ronbo. As always, hit the like, subscribe, download that Ronbo Sports app. I'm out.
Thanks, fam. Have a good night.
Peace.
All right, I think what Dre was getting ready to say, the 49ers are making significant headway on a multi-year extension with Arik Armstead that would preclude them from having to place a franchise tag. And that's just Jason LaConfora. Now, you know how Jason is. It is a report, though, and it seems real. You want to believe it. So, Trez, take Solomon Thomas and give him the word that he will not be substituting. John V, come on, man.
My man, Ronbo, what's happening?
I wish I knew. Because you hear about this, you hear about that. Suddenly, that report comes rolling through. Hopefully, it's got legs on it. John, I'm sorry. I'm an Arik Armstead guy. If it's not fixed, good God, don't fix it if it's not broken. So that's why I'm so worried.
Yeah. I'm telling you, at this point, I'm buying in, man. I'm buying in all in on this. I think that report holds some weight. I believe that we will hear some good news between the late night and early morning. I don't see it working out any other way. Solly Thomas hasn't proven himself. I'm not sold yet. Trez, I know that's your boy. I'm just not buying in yet, man. I haven't seen enough out of him. I mean, I don't know, Ronbo. Maybe they got to move off Armstead for Solly to show up. But you know what? I mean, he had some time and he didn't produce.
And if there's anything Solomon Thomas proved, is that he's treadmilling in the same spot as he was 2 years ago. I've had enough of that. So I want to see Arik Armstead. And I got to tell you, John, when they were drafting Solomon Thomas, I was protesting and bucking so badly because why do we need Solomon Thomas? I got Arik Armstead already. What's he going to make Arik Armstead sit down? Everybody booed me. Oh, Ronbo, man, Arik Armstead ain't doing nothing, man. Bring Solomon. And see what I'm saying? Now look, I knew what I was talking about.
I mean, Ronbo, he did have a good season. I mean, this was his best since, I don't know, we got him in 2015, right? I mean, this was his best season.
Yeah.
Solly didn't produce. I don't know. I mean, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse, right? And
yes,
I mean, he ain't getting better.
Yeah, that's what
I mean, it is a rotational thing too. But Ronnie Blair, are we gonna take care of this dude, or are we gonna let him ride? He's a big dude running 4 months later.
He's going to be there. And John, you mentioned him. I said the same thing about Ronnie Blair and compared to Solomon Thomas. So I got Arik Armstead. I got Ronnie Blair. What? I need another one of these guys for what?
Ronnie Blair's cheaper. He's producing more.
John.
I mean,
that year, who could we have picked up in 2017 besides Solomon Thomas? You could go down a list.
I don't know. I mean, You had some bums. I don't really know. There wasn't much, and there still isn't anybody on the DE. I mean, who can we pick?
No.
The rookies.
Right. We needed to stop the run. I understand that, but you know what? I got a feeling you could have went it. Well, we had to stop the run. That's why we got butts handed to us the year before. But what about the safety that went to the Jets? He was available. Patrick Mahomes was available. We didn't have a quarterback yet. I mean, it was all kind of hindsight.
We were one of many teams, though, Ronbo, that were sleeping. We weren't the only ones. So, I know that's a bummer, but
Christian McCaffrey was right there.
Yeah, that one. That
first round.
That stings. That stings. That stings.
Solomon Thomas.
There's there's nobody playing in the DE.
I need a salami, Thomas. I was so upset. So anyway,
I don't see any free agents that I care about. Maybe Bud Dupree from Pittsburgh.
I like him.
He's solid.
I like him a lot.
He's young
Is he a free
enough.
agent?
I mean, he is a free agent. I don't know, man. I don't know, Ronbo. There's not much. Jadeveon Clowney, I don't care for him.
I don't either.
As an individual, but I mean, I'm not going to hate his game because he did mow him down a few times.
Well,
but we'll give Staley the benefit of the doubt. He was just getting back on his feet. But
because John, as you mentioned, you noticed when Staley was feeling better, Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney had an abdominal. Okay, here we go with these. Joe had a broken finger, and he was just coming off a knee, broken leg. So you can work them excuses both ways. But go ahead.
Bullshit excuses are always following Seahawks every goddamn time, man. It drives me nuts. But I mean, I'm looking at a list of free agents, Ronbo, and I'm not impressed by anybody. And I mean, I don't even know how they're going to fit. Look, I think Trey. I can't remember who said it, but most teams don't even have one first rounder. We have maintained 4, and I don't know if we'll ever let that go. Come on, Ronbo.
I don't want to.
We have Kittle and we have Buckner to take care of, moving forward. But you know what? They don't look like. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I really don't.
Parag's got it all worked out. If he's signing this guy, people need to understand Parag Murphy's not an idiot. He's not going to jeopardize signing Kittle and Buckner. It's not going to happen. So if it's signing for Arik Armstead, then let him alone. He knows what he's doing.
Right. I agree. I mean, they're numbers, man. It's not rocket science. These guys will figure it out. I mean, I'm a little concerned that it took this long. We're backed up against the wall the latest hour. I mean, it's almost midnight here on the East Coast, and I ain't heard a damn thing yet.
Other than progress.
Other than progress, and I don't know. Is this dude? Is he credible? This Jason?
Jason's had a lot of lies down through the years. I've had some words with him. Boy, I'd say some nasty things. This guy, he's made up some of the most incredible lies of our sports time in the years gone by. But for this time, I like this. I'm gonna believe it.
Woo! I mean, we have no other choice right now because who do we want to take his place? I mean, callers, you guys don't want him. Some of you want him, some of you don't, but nobody has a solution.
Well, they do. Solomon Thomas, remember? John, we got.
Let's wish in one hand. All right, my man. When are we getting back together again?
Tomorrow, because we got to get this decision and what's going to happen tomorrow. So we'll find out. All right, fam.
Okay.
Have a good night, John.
Always a pleasure, Ronbo. Thanks.
Always,
good night, brother.
fam. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
You got it. Bye-bye.
God, yes. I can see those guys now sitting around. It's about, it's late night. I guess they're on the West Coast and sitting there. All right, guys, we're going to come back here in a few minutes. Let's take a break. I'm not wearing this tie anymore. Sitting there, nothing but your skivvies, right? All right, we can do this, all right? What do you think about this? All right, you got it. That's good. How does that work? Hey, it's IB.
Ronbo.
IB, what's up, fam?
What's going on, brody?
Fam, I'm talking football all hours of the night like we like to do. Hey, what are you thinking, man?
Yes, sir.
You got Arik Armstead situation. CBA's giving us more money. And
right.
And do you know of any players the 49ers could get for cheap that's going to equal Arik Armstead? And putting Solomon Thomas in there to take his place and think we're getting production out of him is not something that really appeals to me or something I'm going to expect to happen. But he is the best guy, supposedly not named Arik Armstead? Oh, my Lord. But, Ivy, what do you think?
Nah, man. I mean, I think we bringing back Armstead. I don't see us looking for anybody in the draft to replace him, and there ain't a free agent that plays within our defensive scheme.
Oh, there's another thing.
I mean, that's the real reason why Armstead had the season that he had, because he finally learned how to learn his space and learn how to hit them gaps and all of that. He learned how he matured as a player, man.
Designed and made for him. Yes.
I don't know what these callers is talking about, man, because, Buckner, he didn't have a real explosive season this year. Bosa did, a couple second string guys did. Ford did, you know what I'm
DJ
saying?
Jones,
And that's
until he
because
got hurt.
we changed our system.
Yeah.
Everything changed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what these guys is talking about. We had a Super Bowl team. How can they say we can't bring back or we don't have to bring back none of these big players?
See,
all of this shit should be priority.
Right. I mean, really.
That's
why they're working so hard all hours of the day and night, trying to get Mrs. Armstead's baby boy to sign this shit. Come on now,
I don't understand it. I mean, and then they talk about the money. So what did Buckner do? He went and he already had his contract a little bit redesigned, so where he done took a pay cut. He said, "Look, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not at the 14. I'm at the 12, and we're gonna renegotiate from there." So what are their expectations?
That may have helped too. You're right. I forgot about that.
Exactly. These callers is crazy.
And wouldn't it be nice if D Ford came in while they was talking about Arik Armstead? Says, "Hey, y'all need some money." What? Yeah. Fix my contract so you get what you need. Oh, yes,
he got to step up, but I think at the same time, though, we can't expect nothing. We can't expect too much, man. We didn't even know Quan restructured, and we just signed Quan. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure that D ain't gonna be greedy. And like I said before, if D stands out to where he says he can't budge, then we got expertise upstairs that'll take care of that, man.
True.
But I think right now I don't think we should entertain about cutting people and none of that. I think we want to bring back the core.
Not cut, but restructure. Set that up so it doesn't have an impact on the cap, right? Those things can be done because Prague is brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they got to move money. They got to move some money around for sure. They got to, But I think we bringing everybody back. I don't see why not. You know what I'm saying? And we get an extra $10 million here with this new CBA. So I think it's possible. I think we got to relax, man. I think what we had last year is a little too much for some people on their plate. Now their expectations is going crazy. I mean, Calais Campbell's a great player, but he plays totally different on the inside, and he's a big body. He's a slower player. We had problems with guys getting off of them blocks, man. Smaller guys, quicker guys. So it doesn't make sense,
And last year I saw Armstead made a play out of character for him. Remember that play he dropped back on that pass? He's become instinctive. Just like you said earlier, this defensive scheme is designed for him to flourish. That's why he did it. Everybody's giving everybody else credit, but this is Armstead's
and that was
defense.
Instinctive. That was instinctive. I know exactly what you're talking about. Even the play caller was like, man, that wasn't designed. He saw that because that was like, I think that was against the Seahawks, that game you talking about or something like that.
He's arrived as a player that has to be appreciated. Damn what happened 3 years ago. This is now who Arik Armstead is.
Well, what he had 6.5 the year before, and they talking about he can't stay healthy, but he had 6.5 the year before, and he probably missed like 4 or 5 because he was hitting them gaps too hard. He was going at it and missing his angles. This year he learned assignment.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes some players longer to learn. But then we have to give that argument to Solomon T, too. Solomon T's going to have a bust-out year this year.
I mean, he got to step up. But I think that's the reason why. I think that's the reason why we don't need to worry about these contracts, because next year we get some more money. We get a little bit more economical freedom, and next year is the year when them big contracts that everybody talking about, like the Solomon T's, the Dante Pettis's, the Shermans, and that's when all that shit is up. So what are we talking about this year?
Sherman's time's up anyway, if he lets you go to play safety. I'd be good stuff. Let me see you tomorrow, fam, when we find out.
For sure,
DJ will finally be here.
All right, fam. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Ivy. Appreciate you, fam. Night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Hey, Harold, come on in here and give us 3 cents.
What's up, Ronbo?
Harold, man, we're looking at all kinds of weird things here, and opinions are flying in every direction like we always do. But, yeah. Arik Armstead, I just got the good news, just popped up on the screen. And hopefully the next few minutes I hear something. Arik Armstead has agreed to terms. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. So, but what are you thinking on this? Because some people think Arik Armstead is expendable. We'll be fine without him. There is a plan B in place, and all these things are possible and feasible things. But do you want to go through it? I mean, what are you thinking?
Oh, man. I kind of think he's expendable, man. I think he's a product of Nick Bosa.
Mm-hmm.
I think all the attention that Nick Bosa got.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget about D4.
Allowed him to, and D4, allowed him to be singled up every single play,
Let me just ask you this about that then, because a lot of people do have that argument. Now, who are you going to put in there? You think anybody can go in there and do that same production? Is my question on that. You think just Arik's not important. You got D Ford on one side, you got Nick on the other side creating a lot of violence. It causes it to free up Arik Armstead. Keep in mind, though, as you say, regardless of the situation at hand here, whatever is taking place to make it happen, he is making it happen. Does that count for anything?
It does. But I can't think of his name, man. I think if Ronnie Blair was in his position, he'd have the same season.
He has a lot of respect for Ronnie Blair.
Would have. Yeah. I think he would have had the same season.
I think Blair might not be able to play for us until he may not be able to run. He may not become Ronnie Blair until about mid-season, but still,
So I get that, but I'm just saying, I think Ronnie Blair is the same caliber as Arik Armstead.
Well,
I just don't like the idea of, he didn't do much the other years, and then all of a sudden he's got a superstar pass rusher on the other side, and now he kind of flourishes. Yeah. That's the only thing I don't know if he deserves that long-term huge contract.
Yeah, it's an argument I don't agree with, but I do understand some people, because as I say, regardless of the situation, he's getting it done. And if that's the case,
he did get it done.
I could take a risk. Arik Armstead, I could replace you with anybody. I could bring anybody in, but what if they don't get it done? Then you look back and say, whoa, Armstead was a little better than we thought. It's too late. And now that spot is open. They're running on us because people don't want to give him enough credit, but Armstead was a beast on the run. That's important.
He was our best defender. He was our best run defender, right?
This is what I'm saying. So just to say, pull him out of the equation and put somebody in to take his place, thinking he'll be every bit as effective, it's a myth. It's not going to happen.
He's at best our third best player on the line, right?
Statistically, they say he's almost number one, next to Nick.
Okay, he's definitely not better than Nick. You know that.
No.
And I don't think he's better than DeForest either.
No. I'm just saying stats-wise, he's out there doing his job. You know what I mean? Talent-wise, we know probably if you're going to rank them, Nick and DeForest Buckner of equal. Well, Nick, I don't know. Nick's in another world. I almost got to say Nick is about the number one guy.
Nick is better than DeForest. Nick is our
Buckner's
best player
number two
on a team. Nick is our best player on our team.
No doubt about it. So that's what I'm saying. But when you put them all together, now you've got this invincible force, the immovable rock. That's what I want. So when you start moving guys out because of whatever reason, well, now you're not invincible possibly anymore. Some people think we'll be just as good. I hope so, because it is a possibility.
Let me clear something up. I forgot about our tight end. I can't think of his name. What's our tight end's name?
Tight end George Kittle.
George Kittle. Before anybody gets on me, George Kittle's our best player. I said Nick Bosa, our best player. I don't want nobody
we
to kill
get
me.
offense, defense. You can go beat both
ways. Yeah. But I don't know, man. It looks like we're gonna sign him. I think we're gonna end up signing him. To be honest with you, I think we are gonna sign him. But I just hope he doesn't go back to the 2-sack, 3-sack, and I don't think he will because Nick Bosa is on the side. But
remember too, it has something to do with the scheme. Arik may have not flourished in the next other guy's scheme, but as soon as Chris Kasoric got to town, Arik Armstead was waiting for this guy. What you're saying is not just he just felt like working hard this year because he could get paid. No, this defense is set up and designed for him to go nuts, and he's doing it. And we got to go though, Harold. God, the clock got it. I'm gonna see you tomorrow, okay? And we'll find out what happens to our guy, Arik Armstead.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. And 49er Brian Duncan, go ahead, man.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
It's all about tick, tick, tick. We're waiting for the clock to go down to get to Monday morning. 49ers, what are you gonna do about this?
Well, Jimmy, I think Jimmy Ward's gone, right? If we just signed Armstead.
Eric, if we do, I think, him. There's going to be sacrificial lambs. It's probably going to be J-Dub and Emmanuel Sanders. And for no other reason, Emmanuel Sanders, there's so many wide receivers. Emmanuel Sanders can't ask for a lot of money. Jimmy Ward may be another story.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't even know about them two.
What if we let McKinnon go? Can we still possibly keep Sanders if McKinnon is gone? I mean,
if they want to make a choice between those two, of course they could. If they wanted.
Yeah. I mean, God, wouldn't you rather have Sanders back than McKinnon? I mean,
yeah, only because I know what Sanders does. But you know what? That's the dead money. You know what? With the McKinnon's, it's a small savings. I'm not sure what the dollar amount is, but you still got to pay.
Yeah.
There's a hit against the cap though because of his contract length. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Hey, I also got to say, Ronbo, Berto's asking about everybody. Give a shout out to Berto, fam.
Hey, a little Berto, I see you in there, fam.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think he's going to be chatting with you. He's excited to be here tonight. So I'm just, everybody, hello, Berto. Glad you're feeling better.
He's acknowledging you too. All right.
Yeah. I was going to say, well, again, like I agree with everybody. Who's going to replace Armstead?
Yeah.
You know?
It's like Gabriel Zamuda said. Zamuda says they feed off each other like a pack of wolves. That's exactly what's going on out there. The alpha dog makes the first hit, and the rest come in there and make the kill. You need that still. So.
Yeah, and I heard a previous caller. Yeah, he's great. Armstead's great with the run. Nobody else can do what he does. And yeah, he may be riding the coattails of Bosa and Ford and the rest of the guys, but. Aren't those guys riding the coattails of everybody else, too? That's good on that defensive line.
Amen.
You know?
Eric's creating a lot of violence in the middle.
That defensive line is unbelievable. Yeah. So, you got to keep that. It's the best in the league. We got to keep it together, right?
Yes. That's my whole point. I mean, don't separate that group. Keep them together as long as you can.
No. Who's got the better defensive line in the league? Nobody. That is the best line ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe the hype of wanting to trade him or get picks for him after what we've done. We've dominated teams with those guys.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people don't want to spend the money. But then again, you want to not spend the money and go back to losing because it doesn't take much. Look at the Jaguars. Remember how good the Jaguars were? They were scared. They used to call them what do they call it? Sack City or something. They had some name. They were getting double-digit sacks every week for a while. They were ridiculous. I said, "Whoa, one game, 11 sacks."
Yeah, right.
The only reason they didn't win is they didn't have a quarterback.
I'm gonna let you. Yeah, I hate to say the B word, but I'm glad he's not going to be a 49er. I'm happy about that.
It was never going to happen.
I didn't want no B word in our. Oh my God! I hope he goes to the Chargers. I'll laugh.
He's either going to the Jags. No, the Jags have said they want to go with Tannehill.
Yeah.
He's got two places. It's either one place and then New England. I don't know what the other place.
Didn't Tannehill resign with the Titans today? I thought he did.
So maybe it is the Jags. Is it the Jags?
Yeah.
Is it the Jags?
Yeah, I think Tannehill signed a big deal today with the Titans. So.
My mistake. So it's Jags or New England. Tom's not going to go to a team that's rebuilding. See, that's it. It's New England.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm just glad that like people like Florio and Jason Big Mouth Whitlock and all them are put in their place now. You know?
I love it.
Yeah.
Especially Mike Florio. He was so sure of himself.
Yeah. And I got to send a shout out to Texas boy or Texas girl, whatever. Did you see Stephen A. Jerk boy yelling at his coworker about them not signing Prescott or
Dak?
Oh my God, hilarious.
That's why it's fun. I'm glad we get our house clean so we can laugh at everybody else because there's some comedy going on around us.
I just love it when the media is wrong and we can all just sit back and laugh at them like the morons they are. You know.
Brian, good stuff. We got to go. I'll see you tomorrow though when we find out what the verdict finally
everybody,
is.
Shout out to Roberto and Ronbo. Roberto and Ronbo rule.
Oh, God. Thanks,
everybody have a good night. Bye.
You too. Have a good night. And there he is. The other half. Founding member of TNT. He is Trey from VA. Trey! It's been cute and cuddly. It's been anything but cute and cuddly there tonight, though. Oh, God.
Finally. And I do mean finally. Brother Ronbo, how you doing tonight?
You know, feeling good as hell. Go ahead.
You feeling good? You know, shout out to TNT. Shout out to my partner bringing the heat. Shout out to Will. Shout out to Dre. Shay. Big Show.
Yes. Great
Russo.
group.
I mean, just all the guys. Yeah.
Outstanding group.
It has been entirely too cute and too cuddly tonight.
Trey, he go turn up the heat. Uh-oh.
There was, a couple of great philosophers that said that it is so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
How do
a lot of you fans have never been through this before. You're young. I get it. Oh, no, we can't lose everybody. We can't lose anybody. This is the NFL. Not for long. Doesn't happen often. We got lucky that we have this abundance of talent on this D-line. Ronbo, shout out to my partner, Will. My partner, Will, sometimes when you say things, it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. My partner, for the better part of a year, used to clown the Rams for losing the Super Bowl and being what? Broke. The funny thing is that we have less money than them now. But we want to keep everybody together. Because we can afford it, right, Ronbo? We got a boatload of money. Cap space doesn't matter. Give Arik Armstead 15, 16, 17, 18 a year, whatever. We have no draft picks.
Never going to go up to that high.
No, because we're sitting out rounds 2, round 3, and let's not talk about hypothetical because they don't want me to talk about hypothetical trade situations. So let's just talk about what it is right now. We're sitting out rounds 2, round 3, round 4. We're out for the better part of 2.5 days. Well, 1.5 days. It's called return on investment, ROI. If anybody does any type of investing, you know that you do something so that at some point you can get something back for it. I hate to inform everybody, but we are going to have to get something back for Arik Armstead, or we're going to lose a lot. And I don't just mean Jimmy Ward. I don't just mean Emmanuel Sanders. We're going to have to make decisions along the offensive line, like Joe Staley maybe. We don't want to lose Joe prematurely. One more year. Ronbo, you want one more year of Joe Staley?
I'd like one more year. Okay.
One more run?
Okay.
So, but let's get to the good news, because there's a lot of good news. And the good news is this, Ronbo.
Yes.
We are the best young team in the NFL. Let me just say that again. There are a lot of teams that have, like the Chiefs have a better player than maybe, Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. He's the Super Bowl MVP. But the best young team. So what we need to do with this nucleus is to pay the guys that we can pay. We can't. Having a fourth defensive lineman, and that's what Arik Armstead would be. He's let's be honest. He's our third or fourth best defensive lineman. Would you say that, Ronbo? Nick Bosa is the best, Armstead's the second, and then you can probably give him third over D Ford. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay.
So he's going to be our highest paid defensive lineman right now when we pay him tomorrow. Is that cool?
Oh, no, I'm listening. I agree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just. So all I'm saying is this: it's over, guys. All right, you can take the binky out your mouth. Your baba's going away. I know people don't want to hear this. It's gonna happen.
I like my binky.
Arik Armstead is going to get franchised. Why haven't we heard a deal yet? Because he's getting franchised. Why don't we know what's going on? Because he's getting franchised. It's getting late in the hour. He's getting franchised. And then
there's also reports that they're working this deal out. It could take late hours of the night. These are how these things work.
All right. Well, unless he takes $10 million a year.
Positively, he's not getting $19,000. That's why they're trying to avoid that.
Ronbo, there's two sides to this. See, when the season's going, I let people have their dreams. But in the off season, it's all business. Numbers, percentages, and what makes sense. It's dollar bills, baby. The numbers, I can't make these numbers don't make sense to Ronbo. If it's a deal, it's a deal. And all I'm saying is that what's coming on the horizon.
Yeah.
What we don't have any picks. So unless you're telling me that for sure, what if we don't get a trade back partner?
Okay, but Trey, we have a Super Bowl team. I mean, we don't need a lot of second, third, fourth round pick. I mean,
that right guard is so shaky. That right guard is,
and they could end up getting
terrible. I know. Who?
Partner, they've been bamboozled by Arik Armstead for 1 year.
I just want to make it clear.
No, Ronbo said he was the best run stuffer on the team.
I mean, if you got a great team, you don't need to worry about getting draft picks as much as you do keeping that team intact.
We're not talking about getting draft picks, Ronbo. We're talking about replenishing talent cheaply. That's what good teams do.
Well, you can get an offensive lineman. I didn't say not get anybody, but I'm just saying, I'm worried about losing Armstead to get a bunch of draft picks.
Well, this is the problem,
numbers-wise, he's actually the best.
Let's call a spade a spade. John Lynch was thirsty and got hoodwinked by John Elway. Emmanuel Sanders is not worth a 3 and a 4.
We got to, you know what, Trey?
He's worth a 4.
We ran out of time. I agree, though. And that's why I'm saying letting Sanders go is
he's not worth a 3 and a 4. We got hood.
Ronbo, real quick. You're all on Solomon like you are. You're all on Solomon.
Trey's not getting sensitive about Solomon.
Real quick. Armstead, first 3 years, Armstead versus Solomon. Armstead had 50 tackles, combined tackles, 19 assists, 6 sacks. And Solomon had 93 combined tackles, 20 assists, and 6 sacks in his first 3 years. And you're sitting here to this day right here, eating all this Arik Armstead.
Trez, can we save this?
It took 5 years to get going.
Guys,
it took 5 years to get going.
Trez,
I want to know.
We got to go. But listen, tomorrow. You can bring this tomorrow. It'll have more impact. But we really got to go, guys. Please, guys.
I want to know why my name.
We're gone. Partner, nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to hear that.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Guys, tomorrow, after we find out the decision, we're going to find out. And then, of course, we can come and visit all these subjects. But right now, we really got to go, guys.
Any Solomon time and praise until he makes the play. We got to go, man.
Good night, guys. Roberto's on the phone. Roberto,
we gotta go.
Roberto, how you doing? Long time no see. Roberto, what are you bringing what's on your mind tonight? Tell us about what's going on with you and Arik Armstead and everything else. I mean, what's up? Oh God.
Man.
We're gonna see about tomorrow.
Yes.
About him, we're gonna put the tag on him tomorrow. You know, like tag him tomorrow. We're gonna see about that.
It's true.
And Jimmy, Ronbo.
Huh? Roberto, no, I'm listening. Well, yes, go ahead. Yes, Roberto, go ahead.
What the hell? Mama, you're in the toilet?
No, I got confused. I got some signal from production I didn't understand. But listen, Roberto, okay, tomorrow we're going to find out what's going on. And that means today's conversation is all about predictions. And do you even appreciate Arik Armstead? Because Trey and Trez don't care if Arik Armstead plays this another year or not. But I don't understand. They trade for draft picks and save this and save that. And I think it's too much to ask for a defensive line that's doing a real good job. If he can hold on to it, I would much rather prefer to do that than get some kid out of the draft that's going to come in and get cut. But it's just my feeling. But what do you think?
Well, I don't know, man. We're gonna see about tomorrow about him, but I don't know, man. He's he's good, but he's good, and I know we want to keep him, and we want to keep him.
And don't you like having the best defensive line in the league? Isn't that fun to watch them go out there and destroy quarterbacks every week? It's like every team in the league knows, well, in order to beat that 49ers defensive front, we're going to have to come up with another plan. Every OC in the NFL was scared.
Yeah.
They were scared, Roberto. They started doing things with Jared Goff, like make him run out of the pocket. Because if he stays in the pocket,
make him run.
Every quarterback, you're dead. I love that. Now you bring another guy in, and all of a sudden we're like, we're okay, but we're not the 2019 defensive front of the 49ers. Grab your butt, because you... Well, I can't say that. But you know what I'm saying? I want that defense back. And I know, but we can find another way to get draft picks. And we're going to trade the first round pick and get hopefully a second, third. I do agree with Trey on Emmanuel Sanders. We gave up a lot for him. And that's what kills me about not signing. Third and fourth round pick. And then he played a half a year and gone? So that hurts. Now that hurts.
Yeah, well, it looks like Emmanuel Sanders is gone. Jimmy Ward might be gone. And, Jimmy Ward said that we should keep a Tarvarius Moore and take his place. Yeah. Take Jimmy Ward's place.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy Ward said, if y'all don't keep me, you have a. Well, he said that we have a Tarvarius Moore. He'll take.
He even endorsed Tavares. That's true.
That he wants Tarvarius Moore to take his spot if he don't come back with us. If we don't resign him.
That's true. Roberto, we're out of time. But I will see you tomorrow after we find out the verdict on what's going to happen to AA. All right. All right, fam.
Triple A.
Is it? I know, right?
Triple A, yeah.
All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow. Be looking for you.
Brian Gunters, and shout out to Ronbo Sports and all my family out there. 2020 Revenge Tour. Yes. Peace out, Ronbo.
Hey, fam. And good to hear you feeling healthy, too. All right, Roberto. Night.
Yeah, shout out to Kelly Bill. Peace out. Bye.
Hey. Shalio.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Shalio, I'm like saying to myself, if I keep thinking hard enough positively, the 49ers will work out a way to slide Arik right on back into that front four. I really like that. I got to have him. And the CBA says we get lots of extra money next year, so we don't even concern ourselves with DeForest Buckner and George Kittle. They will be in the mix. No problem. And, of course, anything else you want to add, Shalil? But Shalil, chime on in here, man. What's up?
I just wanted to say, how about them Cowgirls? How about them Seacocks? How about them Los Angeles Lambs? And how about them Oakland Raider Las Vegas Joes?
No TB to Vegas.
Oh, no, he's not going to Vegas. He's probably going to Dallas. They need a quarterback. They haven't signed Prescott yet.
God, it would just make my day. Oh, God, Brady in Dallas. And Prescott running around saying, what I deserve? What? Where's the Reverend Al Sharpton?
I want $40 million.
Don't start, Dak. That is not racial. That's you asking for too much money. Let me stop.
But anyways, Ronbo, down to 49er football. I think we should keep Armstead, but whatever happens tomorrow, I support the badge that is SF.
Yes.
Big red and gold.
They know what they're doing.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
So whatever happens tomorrow, I'm a fan of the badge. You know, I'm not trying to discourage anybody, not trying to knock down anyone, but we got a lot of, Garoppolo sexuals, Armstead sexuals. And a lot of teams, a lot of fans have that. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of these players too, but we got to know, if they leave, we're still supporting this team.
Yes. It's like when you say sex, I remember Tony Romo. I used to love the term.
Yeah, like Romo-sexual. A lot of Romo.
That's the all-time fave.
Romo-sexuals,
Yeah. Now he's one of the best guys in the booth in the league, getting paid mad money, more money than some of the players. Most of the players. What am I talking about? But go ahead.
But in my opinion, I would like to keep Armstead. I really want to get rid of Jimmy Ward. I think he's made out of glass.
You probably
didn't drink enough milk, and he's already getting hurt when he's tackling Mahomes. So,
boy, he's probably leaving. I don't know how they're going to. That's why they're working. They're not even talking to Jimmy or Emmanuel. It's like all balls to the wall. Hey, look, we got this deal worked out with Armstead. They're like me. That defensive line is too important. Forget everybody else. Prague, assignment number one. Get that guy signed. I know that's what's happening.
I think, if we keep Armstead, we have that core going on, and it's like rotation. If Armstead gets tired, you can rotate.
Yeah.
Keep rotating. Next man up. Next man up.
Shalil, I worry about Julian Taylor and Ronnie Blair. Both these guys may not start the season. They both could be on a pup. This is why it scares the bejesus out of me to see Armstead. Okay, here comes some who. Put him in there. Look at him. They abusing his butt like, oh, no, I knew it. I don't want to be, I knew it. I don't want to be going through that. God. So we got to sign Armstead.
We'll see what happens, Ronbo. We'll
see
what happens. But, I think whoever leaves the team, I think we're going to find a replacement. It might be tomorrow. It might be this week. Who knows? So
it's going to be a
cheap one, though. It's going to be a guy that doesn't cost much draft.
Money. Yeah.
And by the way, Emmanuel Sanders was a rental. He is not a
too expensive. That's way too expensive.
Too expensive guy.
Third and
too
fourth.
Expensive.
Jesus, Elway, he made a fool. Well, I don't know. Maybe the 49ers planned on re-signing him another year, but we got beat.
Well, we wanted him to stick around. We really wanted him, and Elway wanted to keep him. So if Elway would have kept him, we would have had our pick. So,
dang, that's crazy. A rental for third and fourth.
But you know what? Pettis didn't learn anything from him. KB and Debo benefited.
Well, there's a plus. Gotta appreciate that.
If we do have Salvin Thomas in there, man, I forgot about Salvin Thomas. He's a bust.
Everybody did.
He is a bust. He shouldn't even be on the field. He should be on someone else's team.
Solomon, man, please bring some game this year. In all fairness, though,
I don't think he will, man. He's got his hands on the defense, the offensive tackle. Like, hey, man, hold me. He doesn't have any hand movement, nothing.
Solomon. It got to the point they didn't even give him any snaps. Solomon's playing like 11 and 12 snaps a game. See, that says something. That says the wrong thing. Why didn't they put him in there more than that?
They just don't believe in him.
So
maybe Chris Eric thinks he needs more time.
Well, it's really funny. Shalil, they asked Chris Eric at the beginning of the year about Solomon Thomas. They wanted an evaluation from him and everything like that. And they get back to him. Chris Eric never got back to us. Well, we didn't find out about it in the media. I never heard a word about Chris Kaceric's assessment of Solomon Thomas, because the 49ers wanted him to size up Solomon Thomas and see what he needed. And, what does he think of him? How come Chris didn't come back and say something? So, it's really scary. Hey, we got to go. And we'll find out tomorrow.
Shout out to the Niner Empire. Thank you for the platform, Ronbo. Hit those likes. Hit the thumbs up. Make multiple accounts and hit it multiple times.
Man. Appreciate you.
Have a good night, Ronbo.
You too, Jaleel. Hey, Carlos!
Let's get ready to Ronbo!
Woo! Carlos! How you doing tonight, man?
I like it when Shalil. He starts his intro.
Isn't that great? How about them cowgirls? Them Seahawks? Lambs?
How about them Trader Raiders, Joe?
That is so fun. Anyway. But Carlos, see, how about us? Hey, because it's like they're making us wait till the last minute, what are they going to do with Arik Armstead? Because, quite frankly, I'm not worried about adding a whole lot of new players, draft picks, anything else. We went to the Super Bowl with that team because the defense was so hardcore. I wish we could keep them all, but honestly, I understand. But if you're going to pick out the players that are the key players of that defense that you cannot do without, it's probably not Arik Armstead. As the 49ers agree, that's why they're going hardcore on him. They're not even talking to Emmanuel Sanders and Jimmy Ward, and they know. God, but what are you thinking?
It's just, you think they're really gonna sign our Arik Armstead?
I think they're trying. I mean, it looks like they're really trying. If you put that much effort into it, they're gonna finally pull the right card, and I think they're gonna get it done.
Man, you think that's our best bet, man? I mean, because I think about it, Ronbo. Like, I mean, we were in the Super Bowl and we had these guys, and it just wasn't enough.
Well, it didn't have anything to do with the defense. It did, though, in the Super Bowl. But I don't know. I seen a lot of holding. I really wonder, had that game been called straight up and you not hold those guys? Because the refs knew and the league knew. You put Vinovich in there and you let those guys play loose. If they're holding, and the only way you're going to stop the Rams' defensive line is to hold them, Chiefs got a better shot. And it almost didn't work. Except for the fourth quarter, we finally made a mistake. In the secondary, Mosley got played on that one play, and Richard Sherman got beat deep, and that was the end of that. So
not even that though, Ronbo. No, but have you ever went back and to look at the Super Bowl again?
No, actually, I'm not. I can't stand it.
I've been looking at it, but I mean, just seeing the highlights. But I wish I could actually watch the whole thing again.
I can't.
But man, I was watching it, and dude. Nick Bosa was getting clipped multiple times.
Choked down to the ground. I seen that. I said,
No, cheap shots, man. There's a plays where they're running the running back with he's gonna act like he's gonna get the ball, but he faked it. Then he goes and clips freaking Nick Bosa.
Yeah, that's chipping, and that's allowed. I really wish they'd change that rule. No blind chipping. If the guy can't see, he cannot chip him. It's just like a receiver. They don't know that's coming and it's dangerous. So that they knew if you could take Bosa out of the game.
Did you see that? Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, did you see any of that with us though? If we were doing that to them, I can't recall if we were doing that.
They probably would have called this on us. Well, they didn't have that. You know what? They had one guy that was causing all kind of pain, and that's why we do need an offensive right guard. Their best defense, I forget his name. Anyway, he was in Jimmy's face on every snap, and that's why he already knew he was going to go to as soon as the ball got snapped because there was no time. Jimmy could count 1, 2. If that ball's not gone, that dude was in there. So, it got kind of crazy. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. You think we could actually pick up a tackle, offensive tackle?
I don't know. Well, yeah, you can pick one up. Mm-hmm. But will he be as good as Armstead? I think a lot of people are thinking Armstead could be easily replaced, but that is a joke.
No. For offensive.
Offense? A tackle?
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, offensive tackle.
Well, you know what? Actually, Staley and McGlinchey, it wasn't that bad. They were killing the 49ers from the interior. So it's about the guard play. Thomason didn't do bad. They only had really one opening, and they were taking full advantage of it. So, I don't know. And also, Garland's good, but you still need Weston Richburg. There's so many ifs, but it's all part of the game. If you have guys out, that's your problem. And that was one of our problems. Jimmy needs more time to throw. Contrary to popular opinion, no quarterback's going to be able to deliver on that kind of heat all game long. You see what happened to Brady a while back, years ago when he got beat. It was about the pressure up front. Brady couldn't step up the middle. He stepped to the side. They're going to kill him. There's that kind of mobility. Your best quarterback will be neutralized if the defensive line is getting to him. And that's just the bottom line.
Right.
So,
yeah, it happened to him twice. Or 3 times already?
Yeah.
He's already lost 3 times, huh?
Yeah.
3 Super Bowls? Did he?
Tom Brady? They've lost 3. They have. That's why we need to hurry up and win one. We cannot lose another Super Bowl, or we're no better than they
I know,
are.
man.
We get 6-3. No.
Man, we're pretty. Yeah, we want freaking. The freaking Cowgirls have 3 losses, and
we'd be no better than anybody else.
The Steelers have 2. The Steelers lost 2.
So if we get 6-2,
if we win another one, we'll be tied up with the Steelers.
No, we used to be the best of all.
Oh,
Carlos,
damn, we could have freaking 6 of them.
It's too late. We gotta go, fam. But Carlos, hey, he's singing like to Courtney in my lead for me. I tell you what, I gotta go, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. All right, guys.
All right, Ronbo.
Have a good night.
Man, just send us out like always, boys.
Yes, Niners. Night, guys.
All right, Ronbo. Good night.
Oh, yeah.
All righty.
And there he is. It's the Iron Sheik. Adam Carrillo, why we didn't continue to run the reverse plays and Kyle, why couldn't you have run? Kyle, Debo they couldn't. Kyle, that's the guy. You would have. Hey, Sheik, we don't have a lot of time. Come on in, Sheik.
Ronbo.
Sheik, you're on your speakerphone.
Can you hear me?
That's better. Yes.
Hello?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
What's going on, Ron? What's going on, man?
Oh, man.
Judgment Day, Ronbo.
Not yet. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow's noon.
God, before that, actually. They got to do something at 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, we'll see. They may get something done overnight. Kyle and Lynch go to the microphone to make an announcement. Bags under the eyes as big as suitcases. Parag Marathi laying next to him on a table on a stretcher. We got it done, though. Arik Armstead will continue to be a part of a doomsday defense. Yes.
Ronbo, before we get to start with Armstead and all that, I just wanted to give shout outs to Trey from VA that wanted Tom Brady. Well, what happened? It's a no. We don't want him. They don't want him. Come on, man. Kirk Cousins not coming either. Don't even say his name either. It's Jimmy Garoppolo. They're committed to him. He is worthy. And the difference, Trey from VA, I'm calling you out. Yes, I am, sir. You said that the Rams are worse. They're better than us. Let me tell you about the Rams compared to 49ers. We are stacked on defense. We have an offensive line. We have a high-powered tight end. We have a Deebo Samuel. And, man, the only position that we need, but maybe we need, Ronbo, is a free safety because Jimmy Ward might walk.
Yeah.
We hardly need another wide receiver.
I'm so glad you brought that. I wanted to know, Trey, when he was saying that, to say, no, Trey, we ain't got no money. The Rams ain't got no money. But listen, the Rams not only did not have any money, but they couldn't afford to pay the short-term players they picked, and those boys booked. That's why, no, the Rams and 49ers are two different teams. We got our guys and trying to hold on to them, whereas they lost everybody. Offensive line left, corners left, everybody left. But go ahead, Sheik.
Yeah, you're right. And they say like the Rams are like $2 million, but now because of DeForest Buckner kind of like helped out in his contract, give us $2 million back. So technically we're right there with them right now. And they have Littleton, they have a free agent, they have other guys, Fowler, and they got to pay Ramsey for God bid. They give us 2 first-round picks. You don't have a first.
I can't wait to see that one.
Man.
How are they going to pay Ramsey?
But Arik, let me tell you about this Arik Armstead situation. He is a run stopper. He's been doing his thing, and with Nick Bosa, D Ford coming in to help out a lot, but last year he did pretty good as well. And it took him 4 or 5 years. Yes, I was kind of against Arik Armstead, but he definitely stepped up. Solomon Thomas. I'm also a Solomon Thomas guy, but at the same time, I'm definitely disappointed in him. And I love you, Trez. Sprinkle, but I disagree. Solomon Thomas needs to wake up with this defense. He couldn't get the job done, and Armstead did. That's the big difference. That's my issue with Solomon Thomas. Arik Armstead is meant to stay. Solomon Thomas, I believe, is at $8.5 million on this last final contract. We need to trade him away. We could get maybe a 4th or 5th, maybe.
The gospel
and we
truth
could save the cap.
Gospel truth is being told. Well, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
On this Sunday evening service.
It hurts me, Ronbo. It hurts me inside saying that because But
he was a Solomon,
I think about the team in the future, man. Yeah. But another thing is, Ronbo, what the guys say, we're going to get this guy, this guy. They've been saying this. Kyle says, we're going to get our guys back. I will have all my guys back. So what does that say? We're not going to go get big names guys in the free agency. We're going to wait it out into the 3rd or 4th tier of free agency and bring them in if they're small contracts because we do have a small budget, but we're a Super Bowl team, like you said, Ramo. I think we're good.
Try to hold on to it. Until Joey Bosa becomes a free agent, try to hold on to the guys you got.
That's another. I got a bone we'll pick with you, Ramo. So you're against D Ford?
No. Wait. I should make myself clear on this. I love D Ford.
Okay.
When he's on the field, he's the most menacing thing. I mean, the problem is, how many games can we expect from D next year? We got 11 games, I think, this last season. Maybe I'm hoping it was just a hamstring because it's not about his tendonitis. He seems to play with that. Okay, but it scares me to death to know that D Ford is not going to get. If he's going to get hurt, when? And please, D, be healthy for the Super Bowl. He was a non-factor in the Super Bowl. I really, and he was out there only because it was the Super Bowl. I got a feeling he probably wouldn't have been cleared by any medical staff had he not been for the Super Bowl. So D is a worrisome thing. We need somebody to back him up. If Ronnie Blair's there, okay, D's okay. You got DeMontre Moore. But both of those guys are, oh my
injured.
God, no. And the Chiefs are out there holding the 49ers like crazy. So we're dead meat. We're not doing some of the things we should be able to do. Oh, man, it's a scary thing. But no, I am a huge D Ford fan. I love him. When he's on the field, he's amazing.
Yeah, and I see like you said, like Ronald Blair come back from free agency. You know, he might come back. We might give him like a 1-year deal, but if not, and DeMonte Moore, you know, everybody likes him, but if he walks and gets another contract a little bit, there's a guy I like, and you could probably give him maybe a 3rd-tier free agency, and he knows the system. He knows the system really well because he's been around it. Michael Bennett, he's a little older, but if we trade away Solomon Thomas, he could play in and the defensive tackle as well. You can move him around as well. That's a potential.
Oh, Michael Bennett. I realize you're talking. Sheik, we're out of time. But I just realized Michael Bennett. You're right. He's out there. Okay. Anyway, Sheik, good suggestion.
Yes, sir.
He may sign for
It's something to think about.
All right.
But I also wanted to say, I also want to say all to the faithful is, you know, don't hope. And if you miss on the guy that you want, just look at the bright side. We have a good team right now. And to all the faithful and all the people listening, please wash your hands and stop buying the TP. For the love of God. And this is what you need to do, faithful. Spam, share, and hit that like for Ronbo Sports. It might take the sports away from us, but will never, ever take Ronbo Sports from us. Shout out to the faithful. Shout out to Ronbo Chat. Shout out to everybody, Will, Jersey Joe, everybody, Big Show, TNT. Let's go, Niners! Doomsday, baby. Let's go.
Sheik, you are the
Love
dude,
you,
man.
Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. Love you back.
You're the man. You're the man.
I'll see you tomorrow. And Hayden, come on and tell us what you're thinking.
Okay, hold on. I just need to compare Solomon Thomas to Arik Armstead.
Yeah.
He only had 2 okay games, Solomon Thomas. The first game against the Rams, he had a sack and he got 3 tackles. That's okay. And then against the Vikings, he had a forced fumble and some tackles and a sack. But if you look at Arik Armstead, he's consistent the whole year.
I agree.
Almost every game he's got a sack. Almost every game.
Yeah, he's in there. See, even little young Hayden knows Arik Armstead is just not any player off the. I mean, he's not an average individual. He is actually a superhero when you can think about it. Because when the times were tough, Arik flew in to take care of it. I tell you what, Hayden? Kirk Cousins and Rodgers want nothing to do with Arik Armstead. So there you go.
Well, I know.
Yeah. So
And then I'm glad I haven't heard any Dante Pettis fans.
That you know what? We all agree on Dante Pettis, Hayden. Everybody agrees. You get nobody that doesn't agree about Dante. He's got to bring it, or it's time to go home. Jesus, Dante.
But then I'm probably not going to go to sleep tonight. I'm like all the free agents. Arik Armstead, and we need him.
Hayden, get you're on a speakerphone. Hayden, put that phone. We're not hearing you as well as we could.
You hear me better now?
Much better. Go ahead, continue. I like this.
So basically, we need Arik Armstead. Like, we need him. I don't care what anyone says. Didn't he have the most sacks on our team?
He did. He came up with 12 sacks, including
Nick Bosa.
Yeah, he had
Nick
12
have
sacks.
Like 9.5 or something?
Well, he had 10 on the Nick Bosa. Nick had 9.5. Yeah, but Arik had 12 sacks on the season, including the playoffs. That is not the kind of production you just. We don't need him. We can replace him. Excuse me? No, you cannot. You can bring somebody in, but I doubt they do all that. So that's my problem.
Yeah. Here, I have a question. Not a question. I'm just glad people are stopping with the old Tom Brady going to the Niners. I'm like, oh my God, shut up.
Hayden's in fine form tonight.
I mean, if you know real football, Stephen A. Smith and all the haters about Tom Brady going to the Niners and
Mike
the hating
Florio.
on Jimmy Garoppolo, then you would know
Yeah.
that you would rather have Jimmy Garoppolo. than Tom Brady. I mean, think about it. Jimmy Garoppolo, you have like 6 more years with, and then Tom Brady, you have 1 or 2.
Yeah. And it's going to take him a while to learn the system.
And he's not just going to fit right into the system. I mean, he had what? How long has he played? Like 12 years, 13, 14?
Tom's got to be playing, he's got to be approaching 20 years.
But that's only with the Patriots.
Yes.
The Niners is a whole different situation.
It's like, instead of putting syrup on your pancakes, it's like taking a ketchup bottle and putting that on your pancakes next year. I don't want no ketchup on my pancakes.
I know. Oh, and I heard some stuff about Kirk Cousins. I was like, oh my, that's the Vikings fan, Mike Florio.
Yeah. You heard about the plan, right? You bring in Tom Brady, you draft another young quarterback, all right, and let Tom train him. And then in 2 years, when the contract expires, you either bring that kid in or you go get Kirk Cousins. You have 2 options. Mike Florio, I hope 1,000 fleas infest his armpits.
No, I know.
So,
So what do you think? Who do you think we're gonna let? I think it's E-Man, Jimmy.
Yeah,
not Jimmy.
Jimmy Ward and E-Man said, you know what? We got to go. But I tell you what, those are things that we're going to find out in the next 2 days. By Wednesday, they're going to get offers from other teams, though, Hayden. We'll see what happens to them. Hayden, let me see you tomorrow, okay?
All right. Bye, Ronbo.
Bye, Hayden. Sharp, razor sharp kid. I like him. Hey, JT.
Ronbo.
JT, how you doing tonight, man?
All right, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing tonight?
Tell you, I'm waiting for this tomorrow to hurry up and get here. I just may stay up all night just to wait and see. I'm sitting there thinking, you guys, are you guys going to get a deal done? Because you guys going to get done at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be ready for it. It's one of those things where every time you wake up, you check your phone. So, nothing's been signed yet. We got to wait till tomorrow. Some people are speculating. You know why they're doing that, don't you? They're going to go ahead. Ryan came up with an incredible observation. He says they're waiting because they don't want him to think he's too important to the point that they won't franchise tag him. But we're going to see what happens. What do you think, JT?
You know what? He has a good point right there. They don't want to expose the business. They're very discreet. They've always been discreet, the 49ers.
Always.
Yeah, so there's nothing new there. As far as the Arik Armstead situation, Ronbo, like just the caller just said a little while ago, Shanahan, he stated that he wants to keep his players.
Yeah.
I believe he's gonna find a way. We're gonna find a way to either keep Arik Armstead, unless there's some enticing offers for Arik Armstead that we can't pass up. If we can get a boatload of draft picks for this year's draft, then why not jump on it?
Yeah, but JT,
can I just address that?
I just want to address that question. You're going to get a bunch of draft picks. Are you going to get a defensive end? Are you going to get a defensive tackle? What are you going to do with those draft picks?
Well, yeah. You're going to have to get a defensive tackle in the draft, yeah. And
is he going to come in and be Arik Armstead or better? Or I mean, it's
no,
like hopefully maybe.
You know what? And this is another thing I was going to tell you too. Arik Armstead last year, you remember last year and the year before how everybody wanted to cut Arik Armstead, how somebody would wear everybody.
Except me. I knew it was all about injuries. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as we got the pass rush, he started to shine, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying?
Well, remember, he's part of the pass rush. Now, people talk as if Arik was a separate part of it. He was a part of that pass rush, though. But go ahead.
Okay, so I was watching, who was I watching? I think I was watching Thomas Mott earlier.
Yeah.
And he suggested if we was to lose Arik Armstead, we can bring in a guy from the New York Giants by the name of Leonard Williams. I thought about that.
Leonard Williams and Arik Armstead, they were like ranked, I think, Leonard Williams was the best rookie at his position that year. Armstead was a close second to him. Yeah, I remember that. They came in the same time.
Yeah.
Williams can't be cheap, though.
Here's another one.
No, we're talking money here. So if you're going to replace him, you're not going to get Leonard Williams. This is my problem. You're going to get a third or fourth or fifth round draft pick that's going to come in, and he's going to look like a third or fourth or fifth round draft pick. But go ahead.
Here's another guy, L.A. Chargers, Brandon Mebane. I know he's 35 years old, but he could probably be he's a good run stopper. I know he's a good run, so he could stop the run.
True.
And we can use that. And,
can he pick up
Arik Armstead?
Can he pick up 10 sacks for you?
I doubt that. Well, you never know. With the supporting cast, you never can tell because we got a good supporting cast around the team, and that's what helped Arik Armstead become the player he is.
Well, to some degree, but remember, Armstead's got a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed for his size. He's pretty athletic. I don't think what I'm just saying. I don't think people should just underrate Arik Armstead for the sake of an argument to make against him, because for God's sakes, that dude is. Arik Armstead
I really ain't like if it was up to me, I would keep Arik Armstead. I'd find a way.
You're looking for replacements, yeah. Well,
no,
yeah.
I'm just saying worst case scenario. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But as all right, I'm done with that part with Arik Armstead. I'm done talking about that. Hopefully we sign him and we don't lose him. I don't want to lose Arik Armstead. But here's another name that I want to sign that we had on our team. I want to get another tight end, Ronbo. And the tight end I'm talking about, I want to bring back Delanie Walker.
Somebody said something about Delaney the other day. Yeah.
He can block. He can do it all. He would be a great number 2. He would complement George Kittle. He could take workload off of George Kittle.
Yeah,
the man can do his thing.
The sad thing about it, he's starting to submit to he's getting brittle. He gets hurt kind of quickly now. I'd love to have him, though, because the dude can play some ball, though. I agree.
When healthy.
Ooh, he'd be.
Yeah, when healthy.
Ooh, God.
He would be explosive. Can you imagine Delanie Walker with Kyle Shanahan's offense?
Oh, yeah. That would be nice. I don't know if the 49ers want to.
I kind of wanted Jordan Reed at first, but then I thought, man, he's more injury-prone than Delanie Walker, so I'd rather pick up Delanie Walker. You know what, Ronbo? I have a feeling we're going to pick up Delanie Walker.
Well, you can't get mad at it. Just keep your fingers crossed, because if he stays on the field, he's a vicious weapon. Jay,
I'm telling you.
But fam, we got. Let me see tomorrow, JT. If you get some time, good to hear from you again.
One more thing.
If you go lightning quick.
Before you go. Clinton Dix, safety. If we don't get Jimmy Ward, let's go get Ha.
Yeah, I know. Ha gets thrown around from team to team every year. I don't understand what the problem is with him. But anyway, all right, fam. JT, I'll see you tomorrow, fam.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Niner Empire.
Thanks, fam. Yeah, Ha is always, isn't it amazing how he's always available this time of year? He's got to be developing a complex. Why am I always looking for a job? Anderson.
What's going on, Ronbo, man?
Oh, Anderson, I'm just collecting votes on what to do with Arik Armstead. It's been hilarious tonight.
Simple. The only way I see we getting rid of Arik Armstead is we getting Chase Young. If we ain't going after Chase Young, ain't no need to get rid of him.
I like that.
If we trade him, if we give him away, goddamn it, we need that motherfucking pick. We need that pick.
I agree with that too.
And to I can't remember which one it was, but one of the TNT guys, man, it's like y'all bring so much info and things, but tonight, man, one of y'all guys, y'all really disappointed me. talking about stop falling in love with the team. No, fall in love with the talent.
You know?
Fall in love with the talent.
That's right.
Don't fall in love with the player, fall in love with the talent. We don't get no talent like that from nowhere else. But they got this dude from Baylor who probably could I can't think of his name.
Baylor, you talking about the wide receiver?
Because I think that's him. Because I got my one of my little cousins plays for Baylor, and he said they got nothing but talent. They got speed, like the dude going after Denzel Ward.
Denzel Mims.
That's what I'm talking about. I thought you were talking about. Denzel Mims he already said to everybody, I'll block, I'll do whatever I got to do. That's Kyle Shanahan's kind of dude.
Yeah. And then, I'm down, because, you're bad down here in Texas, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, but I got a lot of people at a lot of schools out here. But he was saying, like, yeah, this defense dude, he probably can handle, he's a good run stopper. But as far as the Super Bowl loss, I could tell you a very good reason why we lost.
Anderson, get in the microphone. Anderson, are you on the speaker? Get in that microphone because I want to hear this for sure.
All right. It's like it happened in a lot of other previous games. In Ronbo, I used to see you get pissed off at it too.
Yeah.
But I did too. But it's like, how come it's like it's like a mosquito goes right by you and says it lands on you and sucking on you, and you could have just put your hand out and just swat it right there. And I seen it's like three or four previous plays from 3 different series where Patrick Mahomes, you passed up a gurney about 4 or 5 times, buddy, and that ball would have been fumbled out your hands. That's the problem. They run right by you.
They're over pursuit. And they've done that. I thought they had that worked out this year. They were really bad at it in 2018. But this last year, it seemed like they kind of had a grip. But the middle, quarterbacks should just step up. They shouldn't be able to do that.
Buckner and Armstead, I feel, Armstead and Buckner, they both got, they got played so many times. And I mean, like, man, just reach out and hit the motherfucker. That's all you got to do.
It was too late because they had already over pursued, and the quarterback, all the time he needed, he bought by stepping past the pursuit. A lot of times, the offensive linemen were doing a good job too on our guys, but still, you guys ran right by the play.
And that's another reason why I feel D Ford ain't really have a good night, because I mean, let's be honest with the situation. I mean, come on now, this dude done played against these dudes at practice and stuff, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna know how to handle him.
Good point. I'd forgotten about that.
Nobody never thought about that.
D didn't make one play in the Super Bowl, did he? Did he make a play? I don't think he made one play.
I think he got one pressure, but that's about probably it.
Yeah.
But I like to see what's that dude, Bolinga. I like to see him back.
Oh, yeah, Boliaga. Yeah, you know what? He's but he came in, and when he came in, but didn't have such much impact as I expected he was going to have. I don't know. He could be back again next year in training camp. We'll see, I guess.
I look at it like this. He got more. He got back there more than Solomon P. But I feel Solomon P.
Yeah.
I think he might have a good ass season, because I think he should know he on the hot seat.
No, they didn't pick up his 5th-year option. You know that, don't you, Anderson? Did not pick up no 5th-year option.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they said, Solomon, man, you know what? In order for us to pick up anything, man, you got to pick it up yourself, man. I'm telling you right now, because we've not seen enough to pick up no 5th-year option. Oh, God.
And as for Michael Bennett, I just seen something say he want to retire. He want to finish as a Seahawk, so he probably be going back there.
Yeah,
but I don't know if the money right, he might, but I doubt it.
Man, him and his wife got something going on. They'd rather work on that project right now anyway. So yeah, Bennett messed up. He ruined his life by going to Dallas. You know, now that'll put a bad taste in anybody's mouth.
Man. No, man, I don't talk about them because I can't think. Yeah, Texas boy. I don't know who you is, but if you listen, hey, I'm in Texas too, baby. Bo Mike, holla at me. I'm the 49er fan you don't want to run into. Same thing as Stephen A. Smith, that son of a bitch. But like I say, they gonna run into the wrong 49er fan. They take that shit serious and get their ass knocked the face fuck out. Just like that buddy, what's that dude, motherfucker dude on Nate Burleson, intercept the catching sorry motherfucker. You too. Matter of fact, I just might take a trip to New York. You know,
Anderson,
but
I love it. Anderson, you need to pull a whole album together. This is good stuff. As we're out of time, though, let me see you tomorrow, and we're going to find out what happens here with Arik Armstead here. And shoot, not too late from now, actually. All right.
All right. And you know what? He gonna be back. He gonna be back. He want to be back.
Well, I sure hope so. We're gonna find out soon. All right, Anderson. Have a great night, fam. Appreciate you.
All right. Shout out 49er fans, 49er Empire. You know what it is. We gonna get another one. Revenge tour is on.
Got to.
Holla.
Hey, night, Anderson.
All right.
Hey, KC.
Oh, yeah, Ronbo.
KC.
Yo, hey, Ronbo, can I get some intro music here, man? Can you bring it back for me one time, like a KC and the Sunshine Band or something? I got it. You know what I'm saying, man? Big Show's got an intro, man. Let me get the intro right.
You're right, KC. Let me work on it. I've got it figured out. When you come back, I'll be ready next time. Get down tonight. Get down tonight. It's KC. KC, it needs to be better than that, though. All right. But KC, come on in because it's late.
Can I play an intro? Can I play an intro?
No, hey, KC, please. Because I'm having a lot of trouble getting people to stay within the time zone. And we got a lot of people waiting. Go ahead and because copyright with your music as well. So don't do that, please. So listen, go ahead and get right into the subject matter, okay?
Sounds good, Ronbo.
All right. What are you thinking?
Man, I'm thinking I want you to speak on Bill Vinovich, man. What you know about Bill Vinovich, man? I keep hearing you talk about him, and I Google imaged him, and I'm like, oh, that's the Patriots referee.
You know, I really think had they caught a straight-up call the calls ref crew, I think that game went. He let everything go. He didn't call anything. He let them play. But come on, man. Are you going to let him hold our defenders all day? Come on, man. This is like a setup. If they can hold the 49ers defenders, then the game plays right into their hands. And we still almost got them. So, that's what I'm mad about. Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah,
my bad, bro. I had a problem with my headphones here. They're not working tonight, so I'm on.
All right. But go ahead. Did you hear
yeah,
what
man.
I said
Just kind of a low key night, Ronbo. Just taking my over the counter medications.
I hope they're
waiting
effective,
for
make you feel good.
August.
Yeah, I tell you, we're not getting the draft until May. I keep wondering how this is going to impact the season. Now everything's going to be staggered like 4 weeks. So I don't know. It's a weird year. Accursed virus is out there doing damage. So, yeah, we got a problem. But anyway, Arik Armstead we're going to find out about tomorrow. And Jimmy Ward and Emmanuel Sanders, we're going to find out about them next week as well. And then we're going to find out what we're going to look like as a team going into the draft. By this time, when Friday becomes and spring is the first day, we're going to know a lot about the 49ers' future. What are you thinking?
I mean, I think they got the key players already. Bosa and George, Quan, DeForest, Sherman. I still think they're the best team in the league. It's any given Sunday.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree.
I'm just bored right now, Ronbo. I'm just waiting until August, man. I know they got the coach. They still got most of their coaches, if I'm not mistaken.
They got the main runs. So. We lost a couple of guys, and a couple of important coaches actually. Joe Woods, I think his name is. Anyway, he was a good coach. We lost him to the Cleveland Browns. He's a DC over there now, and he took Chris Kiffin with him. But we kept Kasurik, and to me, and we got back a guy that works well with Kasurik, so we may have still won out on that situation. Our defensive backs coach is one of Kasurik's guys, so they'll work in tandem, maybe even better than Joe and Chris did. So we'll be fine.
I know.
Coach's staff goes. All right. Tell you what, hey, how about we see you tomorrow, Casey, if you get a chance?
Yeah, sounds good, Ronbo, man. Just want to drop in and say thanks for keeping it going, Ronbo.
Can't stop. Thanks, fam. Appreciate Appreciate
man.
it.
All right. Take care.
Right. You have a good night. It's KC in the sunshine. I noticed I didn't say band, just KC in the sunshine. Hey, Lee. Lee. Lee.
What up, Ronbo?
Come on, Lee. Please, Lee. It's kind of late, Lee. I love the intros. We got to get you in there. Let's get going. Lee.
What's up?
Yeah, it's all about Arik Armstead. They still haven't signed him yet. We got to wait for that tomorrow. And Lee, I know you're a guy who watches things like the CBA. Are you in agreement with what happened in the CBA? The extra players, the extended season, all that fun stuff, the money rollover. What are you thinking?
I didn't hear much. I've been working on it, but I heard was it like an extra game in the playoffs? Is there one team get a bye or something?
Yeah,
I didn't hear too much about the CBA stuff.
It seems like the owners get to determine about the extra games. And the CBA, a $10 million jump going into next year. So let's see. What else is pretty significant?
Is that for the
you can
salary
keep a couple extra players now, too. I don't know if that's going to – some takes effect.
Yeah.
The extra games doesn't take place until next year. They got to segue into that kind of gradually. I think the extra players may take place as soon as this season. Well, they got to be linemen.
Did they say anything about the salary cap, Ronbo?
Yeah, $10 million rollover right now. A $10 million increase. Shoot, that for a lot of teams, that's a bailout.
Yeah, well, that helps us with the whole Armstead if we sign him tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I heard the deal's getting close. So I think me and you talked about it, and I said the other day I thought they were going to, probably re-sign him the way it was looking, and then that probably leaves Sanders and Ward sort of walking the plank, Ronbo.
Yeah, I know, right?
So,
with a blindfold on. Oh, watch him step. Oh, God, we just lost Jimmy. So it's kind of a scary situation between now and then.
Yeah. That's the thing. This decision is probably the biggest decision we've got to make this offseason because it sort of sets the tone for what we're going to do in the draft and what we're going to be able to do in the free agency. Because
it's all connected.
It's a lot
Absolutely.
of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like a lot of people know, we're probably not going to make any big moves in the free agency, especially if we sign Armstead to this contract, because we need to save all the money we have, because we've also still got to lock up Depot and Kittle. But I know I talked to some other Niner fans and they were worried, I know if we sign Armstead, we're going to have no money for the future. We're not going to be able to sign anyone that's going to hurt the team. But
Lee,
saying that, how Parag works those contracts.
One question I want to ask you real quick on that part before you go beyond that.
Yeah.
Next year, do you re-sign Solomon Thomas?
Nah, he's gone. So
are you ready to say goodbye to Dante if he doesn't perform this year?
Yeah. Oh, definitely, Ronbo. This is got to be his last chance.
Are you going with Richard Sherman again next year? See, there's a lot of things that come into play for next season the 49ers can go ahead and make preparations for. It's about, right now, getting this done. And just $10 million is going to be added to next year. And the 49ers are probably going to, just by attrition, there's going to be some gains made on the money anyway. So I'm pretty, Parag, as he is, knows what he's, so.
Yeah, exactly. So, and with Parag, that I don't think he's going to put us on the point to where, where we can't do anything and, it's going to gamble the rest of our future ahead. So he's obviously got a game plan and got plans with the money and how he's going to, move it around and restructure more contracts probably with Jimmy and them. So, I got faith if they go ahead and sign Armstead because at the end of the day, I don't think anyone can argue with his talent. The only thing you could question is the money side of things because, he's better than Solomon. He deserves to be here over Solomon, to be honest. He's performed the last 2 years. So, if we keep him, it's good for the D-line. I think I just said to you last time, too, when we talked about this one, but the key thing to me is a guy if we sign Armstead, is D Ford's got to perform because that puts all the pressure on him and his contract. And I remember he hasn't restructured yet. I think Quan restructured, so
because
he needs to have a good year.
That's the bottom line right there. Lee, those two guys, between Armstead and Buckner, they create enough violence in the middle that there's no way D Ford is not supposed to be getting around that edge. I mean, that's Nick does. But, of course, Nick's dragging 3 or 4 offensive linemen on him, holding him and everything else. I really wish the refs would – God, they don't – I can say the only way this game's going to be fair is if we allow those guys to hold Nick. Oh, God.
Yeah. And you've seen it too, Ronbo. D Ford, like he's crucial to this pass rush because when he wasn't in, like our sacks, we weren't really getting to the quarterback like we were when he was in before he got injured. I think against the Saints, and he's got that speed, so he comes off that edge, he pushes that tackle out. The guys in the middle, like Defoe and Armstead, they got bigger holes, they got better matchups, especially with him and Bosa on the edge. So it's crucial that hopefully he performs too, because if not, he may be the guy that's getting replaced next year. We might be looking to draft his.
Give me 14 games, and preferably they'd be the last 14 going into the playoffs. Come on, D. He's so important.
Yeah. And that's the thing with D Ford too, is that there's not a lot of D Fords in the league. There's like Von Millers. They have that quick step. They're like outside linebackers. They're not really big defensive linemen. They're speed off the edge.
And it freaks out.
There's a couple of guys in this draft.
Every old line.
Yeah. So maybe if we sign up Armstead, I don't know. I don't think we'll go defensive line early, but there's a couple of guys. There's a guy from Penn State. He's a bit like Armstead, and then there's a guy from Okwara, who's more of an outside linebacker. So maybe they'll look at these guys,
they have to.
But it'll be interesting.
Yeah, they have to. You can never have enough defensive linemen. I can see that right now. Because all of a sudden, Lee, have you noticed, after our front defensive line worked, all of a sudden our secondary is one of the best in the league. That's not by coincidence. And I said that years ago.
Yeah,
Said, we need to get some secondary people. Look, what you need to do is get a pass rush. I got a quarterback standing back there having a cigarette, calling his girlfriend, and talking to the defensive lineman from a distance, and still plenty of time to throw the ball. You cannot hold a wide receiver forever. Get that quarterback on his butt. And finally, look what happened.
Unless you're the Kansas City Chiefs, say Ronbo in the Super Bowl, how they did that to us. But that's not going to happen every week.
No, well, the Chiefs,
and I think you said it, and a lot of old school guys, supporters said it, you start with the pass rush up front, it helps the whole defensive unit. The secondary feeds off those
the
pass rushes up front,
so everybody eats. Yeah. As long as you got the pack in front tearing things up, everybody will be successful. So I got to have that. If that's old school, I'm going to stay with it, man, because I got to have. Here's the thing, though. Guys like Patrick Mahomes, this could become a trend, too. Patrick Mahomes, what does he drop back, Lee? How many steps is that? Mahomes is so
drop
far.
Back?
Yeah, he goes back. He continues to go back. That's an advantage. Now, that means you've got to. Sometimes I want to send corners and safeties after his butt, but if you do that, he's still going to kill you.
That's what you got to do. That's
lightning quick.
You got to blitz him on both. Yeah. I think a caller said it the other day, with a guy like him, because he can throw inside and outside the pocket and he can move. Unless you're bringing that speed off the edge or because our edge rushers weren't getting free because they were holding them all game. So, in the end of the game, that really hurt us because if we weren't blitzing, we weren't really getting to the quarterback, and that was all because of the refs letting them hold us. But yeah, that's the thing we've learned. I think next time we face them, Salah will adjust, and we should be able to get the win next time because we had that game.
God, I want to see an all-out protest. I want to see Kyle Shanahan or somebody just do something really bizarre on the sideline when the refs are just allowing the defense or the offensive line to just hold the 49ers because they know that's the only way to make the game even. I want Kyle to just start taking off his clothes, throw his hat on the field, throw his jacket, shirt. I want him down to nothing but his pants at some point, just his shorts. What do you want from me now? You want blood? You gonna make the call or not? Kyle Shanahan has been ejected from the game. So what? I can sit in the stands. You can't. It's a free world. I'd be going nuts if it was me on the sideline. You make the call, you sons of. Lee,
you can see him getting so mad too, Ronbo, in that game, right?
I know, because Kyle's getting mad. You can't hold my guys and expect this game to be fair. That's just not right. And I wish our guys would have started holding the Chiefs off defensive rush, because at the end of the game, when Person was getting beat like a drum, what if we would have held that? What's that defensive player's name? Their best one.
They did it to Staley. They called him for one, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, see? Oh, you know what? It's too late. We'll see next time.
Yeah, we'll get them next time, Ronbo. Thanks for letting me get on today, and thanks for giving us the platform. And shout out to the Niners. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Hopefully, everything goes well.
We're going to find out soon, Lee. All right, fam. See you tomorrow, Lee. Oh, God. The one thing in this, fam, you know what? There's no such thing as fair in this world anyway. You got to learn to work through things, right? So I got to give the Chiefs credit for being clever enough to know that they were, if you're not going to get stopped for holding, then friggin' keep holding. Because for all intents and purposes, Kyle Shanahan still muffed it by not allowing. If Deebo Samuels, if they can't do a damn thing with him, then for the love of God, man, let him keep doing what he does. I don't care if they say Jimmy Garoppolo can't quarterback. You just go with what's effective at the time. If our receivers aren't getting loose, if whatever's the case, our running backs are getting stopped, because at some point the Chiefs did, all of a sudden they started getting a beat on the game. They were over pursuing early, and that's why the run game was so effective. And then suddenly they started to realize the setback, be patient, and let them come to you, and that's when it kind of slowed the run game down. And so now Persons is having to deal with that frontline defense. It's not that bad, and they started getting the G, and he wasn't even looking anymore. All he knew was he had 2 counts to get rid of that ball. He missed a lot of plays like that, and everybody thought it was a misread. Look at the game. I did look at some highlights. I do know that he had no time to look at anything more than get rid of that ball. He should have threw it out of bounds a few times, and he didn't. He learned. It was a learning experience for him his first full year. He went first full year under Kyle Shanahan. He goes to Super Bowl. Who figured that was going to happen? A lot of people did, though. But we'll see. Fam, I'm going to go ahead and leave and get ready for tomorrow because you know what's coming up. Fam, please hit that like. You know how much I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Niners!